Hey, you guys, it's Negra Indicted TV here. We're almost at 100K. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also remember I go live on Wednesdays evenings. I drop an episode every Sunday, 11 o'clock. Make sure you guys comment. If you guys have any suggestions, any questions, whatever it might be, drop a comment. Let's get into this episode.
If you or a loved one are battling addiction, this is your wake-up call. At Strive Forward Recovery, we help get you clean, get you moving, and keep you there. Don't wait. Call today and take back your life.
Hey, check this out. If you want to get into Navy Fed and get $20,000 in 95 days, comment the word credit. All right, come here. I already bombed this right here. Fix your credit. If you're Latino, you need to wake up. Fix your credit.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host, Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, you already know I got to give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey. Keep it hard, guys. Also for the best jewelry for his glory. And on today's episode, we have El Pocho. Welcome to Indicted TV.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to hear all about you. So tell me, Pocho, tell me where you're from, where you grew up, your mom, dad. How was the inside of your house growing up? Brothers, sisters, things like that.
Well, I was born and raised East LA area, Bow Heights. My family, my mom and dad are from Sinaloa. They came here and lived out here with my family and stuff. Mm-hmm. My household was like a low income household. You know, I had 4 sisters, a brother, so it was like 6 kids. You know. Like, you know, back in the day, everybody, all their parents always had a lot of kids, you know. Nowadays, they only want like 1 or 2, and then they're like, yeah, that's 2, you know.
No, porque la vida is hard, bro.
Cuesta, está bien cara la vida, but yeah, you know, my house was like the house. You know, todos se juntaban ahí, all my friends, all my sister's friends, the neighbors,
So
my
your
family.
parents were the cool parents.
Yeah. Cada fin de semana carne asada, for sure, you know.
Carne asada, for sure.
Yeah, my mom, you know, back in the day, sacan las fustas en caliente, shh.
The little papelitos.
Yeah, the little papelitos, you know. So I grew up right there.
And you went to elementary. Was your dad in your life as well?
Yeah, my dad was there. My dad was always
so
there.
both of your parents just worked.
Yeah.
They just worked and took care of the family.
Yeah.
And partied. The weekend with the carne asada. Not party with drugs,
Yeah,
obvio.
yeah.
We're not saying that. Your parents were not drug users.
That was on.
But, you know, carne asada los sábados.
Yeah.
Every weekend carne asadas. Love that. So you went to elementary, junior high, you graduated from high school or?
Nah, I graduated. High school, I didn't graduate. I dropped out freshman year. I got my GED in the pen.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Did you ever get in trouble as a juvenile as a kid?
Yeah, I was always a little desmadroso, you know, in school, like peleaba and shit, you know. Or just in the street, you know, me gustaba la vagancia. But yeah, I got in trouble a lot, but my mom, I was always giving her headaches, you know. Like,
But you never went to juvenile hall?
No.
Oh, good. Entonces ya más tarde, entonces...
Yeah, esto empezó ya late, you know.
No,
like, you know, like,
late bloomer.
yeah, it's because like, I was so desmadroso that my mom was like, ¿sabes qué, cabrón? Te voy a mandar para México para que hagas el rollo.
Oh.
So, she, you know, when back in the day, they sent you to Mexico to get... No, mom is my cousins. Everybody was older than me, you know, so I was like 14. And,
So te mandaron cuando tenías 14 años.
Yeah, because I was a mess. I was getting suspended. Siempre le hablaban a mi mom from the dean's office, like, hey, este güey otra vez, like, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I had like a tia that worked at school, so she would always call her. So I went to my mom, and the dean's like, wants to suspend me, and then ella le decía, like, why you suspend him? He's gonna go to the house, and like,
Just chill.
I work, he's gonna chill, play game boy, lo que sea, you know? Make him juntar basura aquí or something, you know? My mom was like, put him to work. Like, I don't give a fuck, you want to spank him? Pégale, you know, para cagar el rollo.
I see.
Pero so he sent me to Mexico, and I was like, para cagar ese rollo, this and that. No, me fue peor allá. My cousins, like, older, drinking, malandros and shit. So I was like, I came back with that mentality. Like,
And how old were you when? How was it for you though in Mexico? Like, who did you live with your tias?
Yeah, my tia.
You know, like, did you go to los bailes? You know, because my family's from Nayarit and Sinaloa as well, so I kind of know like the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, como, like, you know, you're 14, ya estás para allá, te vas a los bailes, or you guys smoking weed? How was it for you?
Well, I was like smoking weed like since I was young here, you know.
Uh-huh.
So cuando fui para allá, it was like same thing, smoking weed. Now they give me a guama, and I'll be like with my cousins in the truck. They had the single cam. I'll be in the middle, like he's putting the cambio in between my legs. I'll be like guama, they're all there. I'm like little, you know, like okay, drinking. I'm like, all right, this is cool, you know. Chinga su madre, you know.
Chinga su madre, sí.
So and then we'll go to the bailes with them, and it's different because like they're older, so that their style will be like already partying, already getting high and shit. And I'll be there, they'll be with girls, and they'll be like, hey, they'll tell the girls, hey, hug them. And I'll be like, oh shit, like, kind of timid, like, damn, you got this fine ass girl, you know? Pero, like, you know, then, over there was like a party every day.
Yes.
You know? So in my head, I was like, no, ¿qué voy a dar el rollo aquí, la verga? You know, like, I'll just party, you know? I was there in my head, like, fuck, when I go back, tell mama send me back, like,
Ni quiero estar allá.
yeah, you know, I gotta learn some more, you know? So it was kind of cool, you know? Like,
Yes.
my tías, my abuelas always me cagan el palo. Hey, you know, agarra el rollo, pero luego no habla. Okay.
Y no fuiste you didn't go to school when you went over there?
Nah, I wasn't there for long. I was just like vacation. Siempre íbamos like 2-3 times a year for vacation.
Oh, in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you didn't go to school. You just went for the vacation.
Yeah.
Pero según ellos se mandaron so that you could learn.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
right here, I remember that summer my family was gonna... Aquí que, vamos al lago to the beach. So I was like, so I don't have fun. Like, tú vete para allá para que hagas el rollo, you know? So I was having more fun. I was like...
Mándame para México, por
yeah,
favor.
otra vez, let's go.
Oh, that's funny. I love that. So you came back. Obviously, you would go back and forth. Con los primos, obviously, Sinaloa, freaking, you know, the world of the cartels.
Yeah.
And you're partying over there. And it wasn't scary for you?
Nah, it was like...
Like with the cops ever, the judicial never mess with you? Or things like that?
The judicial right there, like, I don't know, like, before I didn't really know about what was going on, you know, like, I see a cop pull us over, and I'm like, a la verga, bien cagado, like, fuck, I'm not scared, like, fuck, what are we gonna do, like, in my head, but I didn't want to tell my cousins, because I was like, oh, these fools are gonna think I'm a or something.
Facts.
So, and then when they'll pull in, and I'll see my cousin talk to them, hey, ¿qué quieres, verga, hey, estamos en prisa, like, I'll hear them talk to him, I'll be scared, like, hey, fool, don't, in my head, I was like, don't talk to him, like, they're gonna arrest us. Pero
Sí.
ya, like, they'll let them go, like, oh, es usted, ay, disculpe, like, and they'll jam, so I'm like,
Oh,
fuck, what's that? You know,
dang.
like,
Eso usted.
yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'll be like, what the f? Like, what the f happened? And like, I was born and raised on this side. I was like,
Y tú ni en cuenta.
yeah, so like, se me quedó en la cabeza, but I was like, oh, I like that shit, you know, like, and I want to be that one que, oh, es usted, like,
No, that's like a
them,
super flex, bro.
Yeah, you know, yeah. But,
Como de poder, you know?
yeah. But then after, I was like, and then sometimes, like, we'll go to, like, parties, oh, vamos a la sierra, and then I'll see, like, when we're going in, there'll be the judiciales right there, like,
Post it.
oh, vamos para la fiesta, oh, sí. I see people with radios and stuff. My first time, I was like, never seen a radio. Like, I seen radios, like, in school and shit, you know, like, walkie-talkies on the campus. Pero allá was, like, different, you know, so I'm like, oh, shit, you know, what the fuck?
Y obvio that this was actually very, very long. This was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
over, I was, like, 14.
So probably like over, I don't know how old you are, but maybe like over 20 years ago.
Yeah, like, about 15 years ago.
Okay.
So it was,
So
like, different, you know,
you like that.
yeah, it was cool. I liked it. I was just here all the time, and I experienced that. It was like, oh shit, because I liked it. I liked the desmadroso stuff, and over there was like, it's like freedom to me, you know, like, hey, vamos a ver cura, vamos to, you know, have kind of sign la sierra, a party and shit, or they're gonna jalar el grupo, or hey, let's go on the motos and the I like that shit. Rutas, damn, I'll be, oh, let's go, you know. Even though they'll drive, they won't let me drive because I was little, but I was like,
As long as you were there.
yeah, man, I just want to be there, you know. Like,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
it.
Fun.
But it was badass. You
Love
know?
that.
So,
Those are great memories,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, they're-
Great memories. And I feel like obviously there's a lot of kids our age when they're that young that don't experience those kind of things, you know?
yeah. I thought I was never gonna experience. You know, I come from a low income family. Like, my mom's not gonna buy a fucking razor. You know, con batalla pagamos like a renta and shit. So I was like, but over there is like,
Like, what is happening?
what the like in my head I was like, man, I thought we were like poor. You know, like, I see these fools
Yeah.
like in trocas and like motos and shit. Like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you were like, oh yeah, said keep me here.
Yeah.
So you go back, you come home. Obviously, there must start little summer vacations or whatever.
Yeah.
You come home. What happens?
I come home and it's like I was always like movido, like como se dice, like hustler, you know. Like sometimes I tell my tío like, hey tío, hey, give me some money because I want to do this little project I have. ¿Qué quieres agarrar? No, quiero agarrar verdura para vender. Ah, cabrón, like my tío like that. And my dad would be like, fuck it, let's go. So I'm like, I want like $100. You know, back in the day, $100 is a lot.
No,
you know?
hell yeah.
So I wake up and I go to downtown LA, where the produce district is at. So me madrugaba, I take my dad's Suburban, iba a comprar verdura like tomate, limon, whatever. So I come back right here to the block right there, and then I'll park outside for less or el super, and I'll go steal the paper. You know how they have the paper, que cuánto vale el limón, la fruta, you know all that shit. So I'll be like, fuck, limon like $1.20. Fuck, I'm gonna give it for 90 cents, you know. Okay, so I'll stand outside. And I'll tell la señora, yeah, hey, oiga, no se vaya para adentro, los limones están feos, véngase conmigo, oiga. And I'll open the truck and I have all the verdura, you know.
Oh, you're down.
So I'll flip that $100 to like 300. And my tíos will be like, my dad and my tíos will be like, se reían, like, this food, like, no.
He knows.
They used to like it, you know.
It's
like,
just in the blood.
Yeah. They used to be like, oh shit, like, you know. And así empecé, so I was like, then I was like, I wanted to do tacos, and we opened up a little carreta, and me and a friend, like, let's sell tacos, you know.
And it was just you by yourself?
Me and a friend. Yeah.
Okay.
And my mom used to picar la verdura for us, make the salsas, and we say we're gonna pay, but nunca le veíamos. My mom would be like, she rather have me doing that than being in the streets, you know?
Of course.
Pero así empecé, you know, then I went back to Mexico, and then...
Piensa más grande.
Yeah, like a year after, I went back to Mexico, and then we're potheads, you know? So I went back to Mexico, like, hey, man, like, I wanted to, like, have weed, you know? I wanted to get, like, good weed. Don't worry, cuando te vayas yo te hablo. Like, I came back, and he was like, hey, don't trip. Like, he gave me, like, half a pound of stress, you know, that all
compressed
and shit. Casi pura semilla. So I was like, oh, shit, a la verga, dice yo, you know?
The primo weed.
Yeah, you know? I was like, what the f*** is this shit, you know? Like, so then I started, like, we're smoking weed right there in the block with all my friends. Then I started making little baggies, taking to school, like, oh,
Y eso lo gracias a tus primos allá.
Yeah, from my family. So I was like, I'm gonna start doing this. And I kept the taco thing for a bit. But then I was like, the señoras would be like, they'll see me like at the tacos and selling weed on the side of it.
Oh.
Hey, cabrón, no me vayas a echar esos tacos. And I'll laugh like, los narcotaqueros no hicieron.
Hey, no pasa nada.
No pasa nada. But after we'll close down, like, we're not dedicated. We're like,
yeah.
We're in the streets more like, hey, we're gonna go to a party. They're like, hey, nomás hablen cuando ocupan dinero. But, yeah, so I was like, I just started selling weed, you know, like, and I was like good at it, you know, I'll be in my skateboard or I had like a little bike, little fixies everywhere, driving from like Bow Heights to like Montebello on the bike.
Before you're down.
Yeah, before everybody bike, you know.
I would go on the bus.
Yeah, well, you know, on the bus, whatever, and pop my skateboard, lo que sea. And I was like, a lot of people really didn't have cars, you know, like older people. Nowadays, un 13-year-old tiene carro, I'm like, la verga, este güey.
Can you just earn? Can you earn it at least?
Yeah. You know, nowadays all the kids le dan todo así, you know. Like,
hasta like the Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Everything. I'm like,
before
bro.
Back in the day, I would go to my neighbor's house y ese güey siempre jugaba su game, su PlayStation, lo que sea. I forgot what it was, like Nintendo or something. So I would have to go there and like wait for him to be done, like once he'll be done, like, hey, you want to play? I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. I didn't have that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that. Yeah, like I'll play that. I'm playing 2 minutes. He goes, let's jam way. I was like, all right, fuck it, you know? So I grew up with that. Like, I'm like, fuck, like,
I want that,
you know? Like why can't we have that? But I never knew, like, fuck, why I can't have that because my mom and my dad are working their ass off because they got 6 kids to paying rent and, like, we have clothes always, you know? Nunca nos faltaba nada en el refri. We always had food and shit. But I didn't know that was the reason why I didn't have things like that, you know? So I was like, that's fucked up. Like, you know, probably as a little kid, you're like, my parents don't like me. They don't buy me shit like that, you know? But nadie sabe, you know? Uno bien pendejo de morro como like,
No,
but as an adult, you see that shit. Oh, shit, that's why I didn't have it.
Yeah, because it was expensive.
Yeah. Back in the day, all this shit was expensive, you know?
I mean, it's probably more expensive now, but, you know, it's different.
Yeah.
It really is different. So that's how it was for you.
Yeah.
Your whole, you know, you become this, you know, you're selling your little weed. You're a good seller, point blank.
Yeah.
Point blank, you can sell anything.
Yeah.
You know, and you were good at it, and you knew that. So you're going back and forth, you know, from Montebello, you're on your bike, you're doing your hustling thing, you know, which is great. Because let's be real, what kid really these days really thinks like that?
Yeah. If it was up to me, like, I would sell chicles in the corner and no me da vergüenza. Like,
Because if you're not embarrassed,
Yeah.
you're always going to make money in whatever way
Exactly.
you can. Because you don't have that fear. Like, oh, lo están mirando. Like, bro, ¿lo vas a comprar, güey, sí o no? Porque para el otro, el otro lo va a querer.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't sell for nothing. Like, sometimes I go to the dean's office and my mom had to, like, come in because I got to spend it. And, you know, the next day, your parents have to go talk to them. And I have, like nicks in my pocket, like, I'm going to take a scoop, but I'm going with my mom, you know? And I like to walk with my mom holding the carrito, my little baby sister right there. Like, people will be like, damn, fool, why are you with your mom? Like, what you mean, for my mom, you know? I mean, no me vergüenza, like,
Of course.
Like a mama's boy growing up, you know?
That's right.
Y yo con mi mom, yo todo bien a gusto,
All
you know?
happy.
Like, yeah, happy, like, oh, yeah, my mom's about to tell off the dean right now, like, you know, in my head.
She has your back.
Yeah, because siempre que llegaba, my mom was like, okay, what happened? And the dean explained to her, no, my mom always, like, stopped her, like, no me lo mandes a la casa, like, you know, like, he's gonna just chill at home, like, I work, I'm not there sometimes, like, make him paint walls, make him clean up
Algo.
trash, like, you know, algo, que es pa' pégale, like, you know, I'm like, mom, oh, you know, why?
Tampoco te pases.
Yeah. So I was like, I felt like, oh shit, like my mom has my back, always, you know, like. But it's like, once you start growing up, like, you start noticing like why your parents do the things they do, you know. De morrito nunca le entendía. Like I was always like,
Why?
I can't get this. Like why? Like I have to find out a way to get it myself, you know. Like, but I didn't know why I couldn't get that.
Yeah. And when you started getting it yourself, did your parents wonder, like, hey, ¿qué estás haciendo? Porque estás, like...
Yeah, they did. Porque una vez, I had like what was it, like a Game Boy or something. Like some fool collected to me.
Oh, okay.
Some money for some nicks. I was like, de cada nick que le daba, like it started growing out, so he collected. So I was like, oh shit, la verga, you know, she's badass. And I was telling my mom, she goes, hey, cabrón, like my mom was always like, she was always honest. Hey, cabrón, ¿dónde agarraste eso? ¿Qué estás haciendo? Like, oh no, I was scared of my mom. Like, no, ese es mi amigo, aquí se lo olvidó. I was like, okay, you know? And she started seeing more often. ¿Cuál amigo? Like, what do you mean aquí se lo olvidó? Like, tienes como una semana con él, you know? And I'm like, no, like, I didn't know what to say no more, you know? But, like, I'll just brush her off, like, oh, no. So I hide it now. So now I hide the Game Boy from her.
Oh, now so you couldn't even enjoy your
stuff.
stuff.
At the house. I had to be outside. I'm like, you're not patineta to the boys and girls to, like, you know, go play Game Boy outside right there.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do for your entertainment. So, by this, you're like, what, 17, 16?
I was, like, 15.
And it just kept the same thing.
Kept the same. Like, now I started, like, selling more in school. A lot of people, like, knew me now, you know. I was always that person, like, I kept it cool with everybody. Like, wherever I'm at, like, every time I go somewhere, like, I'll meet somebody from that area and, like, oh, he's cool. He's cool. He kept it cool with me, you know. And I was always, like, solid with them. They're like, oh, you're solid, you know, youngster. Okay, está bien. And then, so now I'm selling to a lot of different people now. So I was like, now I'm telling my uncle, like, hey, ya se me acabó rápido. Hey, cabrón, like, te voy a dar una libra. So I'll go over to Montebello on the bike.
Oh, shit, okay. From the tío. You're getting it from the tío.
Pick up the pound, and I'll be in the bike back, like, you know, all the way Olympic to East LA, you know.
Dang.
On the bike with a pound, and, like, you know, I was a little, like, skater kid and shit, like, with a pound up and nadie sabía.
Yeah,
you know?
you're just skater.
Yeah, one time I even went in the metro and shit with the backpack and I see the dog. No, me cagué, dije, la verga. I was pushing a button, you know, to, like, get out. Yeah, and the next stop, you know, fuck that shit. I was like, ya cuando me salía, I was like, fuck that, you know, because I was tired. I was like, I'd rather get on the bike. I'd rather be getting more tired than be safe, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Ya cuando llegaba a la casa, oh, that's another thing. I was stashing from my mom, because my mom was like
she knows.
My teacher mom's, like, in my cajones and shit, like, you know, like, one time, like when I barely started smoking weed, like, she smelled it. Hey, ¿dónde vienes? Oh, no, like, la casa de un amigo. And, like, a ver, like, she's like, ¿hueles raro? Like, no. And she started smelling my clothes. No, me dio una chinga. My mom was, like, smelling, like, smoking weed. So I think I started to be, like, smarter, you know?
You thought?
So I started smoking weed. And then before I'm leaving my homie's house, like, hey, wait, me das perfume? Oh, no tengo, espérate, le voy a robar a mi papá. And I put perfume. And I come out, y my mom was like, a ver, ven. Like, my mom was, like, smart, like, a ver, ven, like, just to, like, talk to me, but to get close to me, like, you know? And then she goes, hey, pendejo, ¿por qué estás tan oloroso? Like,
bro, what the fuck?
Like, yeah, were you going to a party? I was like, no,
La casa del amigo.
I didn't even know
No,
to get, you know? La casa del amigo. And she'll be like, no, se me hace que tú y tu hermano son jotos. Siempre llegan, like, you know? Bien olorosos. And I'll be like, nah, like, I don't know what to say no more. So, a ver, ven. So I was like, oh, he don't smell like weed no more. I was like, all right, cool, I passed. And then I'm turning around. She goes, a ver, ven, dame tus manos. She smelled my weed. I was like, hijo de tu puta madre. La otra chinga. So dije yo, fuck. She caught me again. You know? So I was like, fuck it.
Because she knows, bro.
Now I gotta put cologne on my hands too, you know? So dije yo, I'm gonna smell her this time.
Why didn't you just wash your hands, fool?
Yeah, because back in the days, like, that shit would be hard, you know? The blood and stuff would be so hard, you know? So this time, like, I'm gonna smell her, you know? Me fucking, my friend had, like, his sister tenía como una pinche crema, like the...
Victoria's Secret kind?
Yeah, they smell like peras and apples and shit, you know? I'm gonna do that shit, you know? So I came good, you know? So mom was like, a ver, ven, cabrón. And every time I was like, I always come at this time because she's in the sala, you know? Like,
Watching novela, man.
yeah, you know? So I was like, I'll pull up, like, ¿qué? No, bueno, you know? And I'll be like, no, estás oloroso, yeah. And my hands, okay, that's boom. And I'm like, I won. Fuck it. Next day, the same thing. Boom, I came home. A ver, ven oloroso, like, I won. No se quedó con la duda. She goes, a ver, siéntate aquí. So I sit down para que veas la tele. And she kept like smelling me, like, y no se quedó con la duda. So I was like, damn. So I was panicked. I was like, am I inside me? Estaba sudando, la verga, like, felt like I was getting interrogated, you know, like, like court. And then, like, I'm like, me tengo que ir, me voy a bañar porque para alistarme para la escuela mañana, okay. And she goes, hey, Ben. And like, she thought about it, Ben. And she grabbed me like that, and then she smells my mouth. You know? And I guess the smoke and shit, and she goes, hijo de tu puta. Again, otra chinga. Dije, fuck.
Every day.
Esta señora, I can't outsmart, like, outsmart her, you know?
Moms are moms, bro.
So I was like, fuck, you know? Ahí voy yo con la chinga, toda like, la verga, fuck. Got ready for school. I was like, damn, I'm never gonna, you know? So I started being like, I was always like desmadroso to the point where she's like, I was always in the street getting in trouble. To the point where one day it was like, just, if you're gonna do it in my backyard. And like, she wasn't okay with it, but okay with it at the same time. You get me? Like, so we're hiding, but we're in the backyard because she knows we're safe right there than being out in the street doing this mother, you know? And back in the day, yeah, todo mundo fumaba marihuana, you know? And it just got to a point, so now I was like, she didn't know I was
Now you thought you were cool.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm smoking the house.
My mom knows, you know, because I'm in the back, but never in front of my sisters, never, like, show nobody.
Just respectful.
Yeah. And then one day, there she goes being a metiche, like, always washing my clothes and shit, and she found money. And I was like, $50? She goes, este cabrón got $50. You know, $50 back then is a lot, you know?
Of course.
But especially when you have it, like, in dollars and in fives, and she goes...
¿Este güey qué está haciendo?
Yeah, so it's like... She goes, hey, cabrón, te lavé la ropa. I was like... And I'm like, fuck, the money, you know? Yo así, ¿por qué, mamá? And she goes, no te preocupes, ya saqué lo que tenías adentro. And I was like, oh, a ver. No, ven. And she talked to me, you know? Like, what are you doing, you know? Like, no soy pendeja. Like, where are you getting this from? Like, no, nothing, no. And like, I just got like, you know, this back in the day, she's a victim. I don't want to talk about it. I just jam. It's not that I want to, it's that I don't know what to say. My mom's like, So I was like, wow, my mom called me. What am I going to say? She's not going to give me the money back, you know? I was like, wow. And then she talked to me again. She goes, no seas pendejo. Like, you know, like, this is not it. Like, you know, be smart. Like, you know, I was actually good in school. Like, I actually had like a 3.9 GPA.
Yeah, the GPA.
Yeah.
I'm on GPS.
Me too, GPS, bro.
Ahí me lo mande Dios.
And then so I was good in school. She goes, no seas pendejo. You're good in school. I play sports. I was like, no se preocupe. It was like a one-time thing. Like, perdona, ma. Like, I hugged her. Like, it's not going to happen again. So I was like, fuck, you know, I can't get caught slipping, you know?
But you're not even by the cops, bro. By moms.
I was more scared about my mom than the cops, you know? Like,
I know.
The cops in the neighborhood, like, you could ask a boy, like, they all knew me. Like, oh, hey, Lizardo, hey, what's up? Like, you haven't been fucking up no more? I was like, nah, man. Like, fuck, this would always catch me, you know? Like, so then, by that time, I was already, like, 16. I went to Sinaloa again. I came back, and then my cousins were all like,
El Pocho creció.
Yeah, I grew up. I have money now. I don't be like them, and I started partying with them. And I started getting high. And I started doing like bumps with them. I was like,
oh no,
something else. I was like, I still remember like one time they gave me like a lot. It was like some bomb shit because I was like, hey, wait. Like, I started panicking, and I'm sitting there, and they're all laughing at me. And in my head, I'm like, why is everybody laughing at? Why is not nobody helping me out? You know, my first time getting high and shit. So I'm like, I'm gonna die and shit. You know, like in my head.
You had anxiety.
And they're like, they're all laughing at me. They gave me like a go on my head down that shit, like, and I kind of like.
You mellowed down.
So I was like, oh shit, it's like, okay, I was amanecido with it, and I started more. Then I came back. Then I had my own little personal sack, and I was by myself, or give some of my friends. And they're like, oh, yeah. I started even serving to their dad, like, hey, no me puedes conseguir un 20. I was like,
oh, especially because you were getting it from Sinaloa.
Yeah, so like, no me puedes conseguir un dub. So I'm like, yeah, let me come on. So I call them, hey, sí, ven para la casa. So now with weed, I started picking up like little teeners or e-balls from him, you know?
Yeah.
Started selling to my homie's dads, like, hey, te va. And I was like, oh shit, what the f? I have to sell like 4 or 5 knickknacks and I hooked some up to make $20, and with this was just one. So I was like, I was like, damn, $20 bill now. I don't have no singles and fives in my pocket, just a solid 20. I was like, damn, I'm liking this shit.
Yeah.
So then I started kind of getting all my little friends hooked on this shit with me.
So bad.
But their dads and their family and shit. I knew it was like a senor drug because I was like, only the senores want, like, all my homies call me for weed, but like, anyway, my dad said to bring in one too. So I was like, all right. So all senores like this shit, you know? So I started being more smart. Like, because this shit gets you on one, this shit get you up because when you're tired. So I started, like, every time I would see, like, a senores drinking, like, you know, back in the day, everybody used to drink in their front house. So you pass by, and I was smart, like, I'll stop by, like, oh, ¿qué hice? Y empezaba a saludar a la gente. Oh, ¿cómo está? Ya me arrimaba, like, when no one was around. Like, oh, yeah, ese que perico, like, hey, get my number, like, you know?
Like, networking.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, I'm around all the construction workers. That was my main thing. When I see people with the construction hats, pull over. Hey, what's up? You know? Casi le daban a business card, you know? Nowadays, people don't do that because, like, fuck that. Who is he? What about his?
You just never know these days.
Yeah, but back in the day, I was like, I was immature. I didn't know about this shit, you know? Never fucking went to jail for
nothing.
Everything. Yeah, so I was like, I didn't know about this shit. So no me daba miedo, you know? I was like, dumb. So that's how I started getting known, and then, like, I have other relatives like, hey, do me a paro, hey, lleva esto para allá, te doy dinero. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I don't know what it was. I never asked questions. Like, I was always like,
and these are your family members asking you this, okay.
So I was always like, yeah, guy, fuck it, yeah, you know?
Because they knew already that you were down.
And then, boom, I started taking this, and I was like, what the $200? I was in my hand like, what the verga, you know what the fuck I'm going to do with all this money, you know? In my head back in that time, I was balling. $200 in my pocket. I was like,
for sure.
I thought I was so much balling that I was even buying the big size of chips now, you know? Not
the 25 cent
Not the 25 cents. I was like, the dollar one, you know?
Yeah.
And me compraba in Arizona, like, la verga, you know? I was like,
you're doing your thing.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
You know?
Living your best life, bro.
Hell yeah. I was like, I felt good, you know? Like, I bought my first t-shirt, you know? Like, I went to, like, a skateboard shop. I was like, to buy something for my, like, the wheels. And I was like, oh, that shirt was bad. I was like, I bought it. It was like my first shirt. I was like, oh, shit, I paid for it myself.
Aww.
No, mama said shirt. I would wear it every day.
You still have it?
I still have that colgada, everything, you know?
And your mom, does she see, like, the difference in you?
Yeah, she saw the difference. But as I got older, I think I got, like, and that's like, I feel like, fuck, I was, like, not disrespectful to her, but ya me valía verga, like, I'll be like, no se preocupe, like, shut up, like, todo bien, no se preocupe, todo bien, no pasa nada, like, you know?
And then you're already getting high too, so.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I was already getting high, so I was like, cálmese, no, está loca, no se preocupe, no pasa nada. ¿Cuál loca, cabrón? Like, you know?
But she already knew because of the, your relatives, like you're saying, like, eso no era su
She already knew because I was like, you know, back in the day, like, you go to the quinceañera or something, and de repente una bolita de señora se van al baño. And now she saw me coming out the baño with the bolita, so she's like,
oh yeah.
You know? She's like, fuck, se agüitaba. Like, one time she cried to me, like, hey, no seas pendejo, por favor. Like, what do you want from me? Like, you know, like, lo que sea, like, you know, but like, ya para lo que estás haciendo. So I was like, no se preocupe, ma, you know. So then, like, I started doing mandados for other friends too. Like, when last time I went to, I was still 17, so I went to Mexico again. I went to Sinaloa. And then I met another buddy of mine. And he goes, hey, my uncle wants you to do him a favor when you get back. I was like, yeah. Hit him up, you know. They allowed me BBM, you know, with the BlackBerry Messenger back in the day. Yeah, he's my BBM. Give it to him. He goes, hey, you know, hey, te van a entregar algo and go take it over there. I was like, all right. Boom. bam, $200 a la verga, you know. And they'll come and get, hey, mijo, you want to do that again? Can you do me another bottle? I was like, yeah. So I started doing it more often. So now,
And then
like,
that was just easier for you.
yeah, because now it's like I don't have to be right there in school posted or like in the block in the corner. You have to be there all day. Like, no, packet like company like 3 little knickknacks, you know, like $15. Right now I'm making it quick, you know. And they'll give me a car, like, you know, and I wanted to. I don't have a license. Yeah, I don't have a license or nothing, but I was like, chinga somebody, fuck it.
Vámonos.
You know? I go take it, start making, and then boom. Then I started going to Sinaloa back and forth. I started meeting more people, my friends, families, and stuff, and they were like up there too. So I was like, coming back, I started doing more favors for different people, you know? And then to the point where I was like, wow, like, this is where I want. So I started going to the bailes, you know? I was little, like 16, started going to the bailes. I started selling there, like, 20, 40, whatever.
Aquí o allá?
Here.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, let me make sure. Yeah. You'll never be able to do that shit like that. Yeah. That is not your work, not your turf, bro.
So I started coming here, you know, underage with the fake license and like.
Oh shit! You got all of that.
Yeah,
They hooked you up.
Yeah, I started coming to the islands right here, selling, and I started like meeting people there. That now certain people started asking me for bigger stuff, like, oh, hey, let me get a zip. Like, I was like, what the fuck, a zip of what? You know, what the fuck is that? A zip way, you know, OZ. What is that way? You know, I don't know, like the street slang, you know. Mm-hmm. Está pendejo, un zip, ¿qué quieres la verga?
Un zipper, güey.
I mean, what's up, this fool, you know? I wonder what, you know, but I was the one tripping because I didn't know. He goes, oh, una ounce,
Una onza, sí.
Yeah, 28 gramos or whatever. I was, oh, then say that way, you know, yeah. Then, fuck it, let me come up, go, hey, yeah, pull up. Boom. Once he started selling more, I started making more profit. I was like, oh, shit. Hey, call me back, whatever.
Hey, y'all, make sure you call me.
Yeah, make sure you call me. A ver, güey, apuntate el BBM. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. And then I started doing, their friends, I'll be like, yeah. I'll tell everybody, hey, pass on my number, you know? Everybody pass on my numbers, you know? But back then I didn't know, like, I was like, I didn't have nothing de malicia, you know? So I was like, all right, handles. Everybody will call me, hey, soy amigo soy amigo del, like, I didn't know who the I was like, oh yeah, ¿qué onda, cabrón? You know? So I was like, you know, I know when somebody hit my line, it was for that. So I was like, so I'll be driving everywhere. Sometimes I'll be like, if I don't have a car, so le robar la minivan a mi mom. I go, yo. Go serve this food, go serve that. And I was already buying my, like, I'll go to the store and I'll take my, because we live like in the corner, like from the corner house, you know, a liquor store. So now when I go to the store, you know, mis hermanitas and everybody, I'll buy them chips and shit. So I would catch my mom, like, she'll be like,
staring.
Like, aguitada, you know, like. But I felt good because the happiness from my sisters, I was like, they got their chips, their little juguito.
It was happy for you. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, you know, that was cool. And then when they started growing up and they started having their phones, and then like when I would pay their phone bills, I was like, thanks for that. That thanks, brother, was like, oh,
everything.
Shit. Like, that shit was, to me, family is like number one.
Of course.
Like families before anything, you know? Mm-hmm. And I would always go out my way for whatever reason to like please my family. And then, so yeah, as I grew up more, I started doing more things. And I was like, hey, take this bird over here. Oh, boom. All right, let's go. Hey, take this over here. Like, now I'm catching constantly for different people, 2 different people. Hey, boom. 4 or 5, you know, started getting bigger. I was like, you know, one time my mom, she threw away like a bag. You know? A big ass bag was like 30 pounds of mail. I was like, no, mames, I thought they're gonna kill me. I was like, me vale verga. Like, she flushed them. She said she flushed them. I never found them, you know? But she probably did. My mom's crazy. Le vale verga, you know? Like she said, you're not gonna have this shit in my house. Like, aquí viven tus hermanas, no seas pendejo, ten tu cochinero afuera. Like, you know? So I was like, these pounds que voy a hacer, me van a matar a la verga.
Oh my God.
So, so when I called the guy and I told him what happened, he like laughed, you know? Like, yeah, your mom loves you, you know? Hey, pero ponte más verga, don't trip. Like he didn't take off the debt because don't trip, we'll pay you back, but just like, ponte verga, you know? Now you know your mom's on you. Like, boom. Like, here, they're going to give you this little car and just keep everything in the car. Put everything in the trunk, but just park it inside so you always see in the car. You know? All right. Boom, así lo empecé a hacer. And I started like escalating more and more and more. Like, now I'm going back to Sinaloa, back and forth. blah. Now, a lot of people started noticing me. Like, I'm already 17. And I'm already, like, I have a lot of work, you know? Like, one time I was like, wow. How was it? Me valía verga, you know? And I would always be strapped up, like, you know? Just,
too cool.
Yeah, you know? One time I even told Dodger, hey, fool, like, pull up, you want to see this? Like, I put up on my maleta and I had it for, like, 30 birds right there. He's like, what the I was even scared. He goes, nah, I'm a jam.
Oh, scary ass Dodger.
And he goes, damn, I never seen that in my life. I was like, I told me neither. Fool, that first time. I'm treating you cool.
You know? Crazy. And you're 17 years old.
Yeah, and I'm 17, so I was like, wow, this shit. Back in the day, you know, that man.
Eso es un chingo,
yeah. So I was like going back and forth. Then I'm getting rid of some myself. I started getting my own clients and started going back to Sinaloa. And then, hey, this little morrillo, like,
he's putting in work.
Oh, le voy a presentar a fulano. So he's like, now I'm like, they're presenting me like the foods they give shit from, you know? So now they wanted favors. Like, so like, ah, yeah. And I'm always like, yeah, I'm always like, yeah, Simon, I'm a fuga, let's do it. So like, oh, hey, this morro's like, you know, like, I felt like a lot of people that like me, you know? Like, I was cool with a lot of people. They liked me and they started trusting me more.
Hey, what about your cousins where they're like, este güey qué?
Yeah, my cousin was like,
started hating?
Nah, because there was always like just weed.
Oh, okay.
And I got to a different thing.
Got it.
And in the beginning, like my uncle, like he had birds too, but like he didn't want to give me birds because he was like,
he was scared.
Nah, he was
of
like,
the outcome.
Nah, yeah, tú quédate con esto, you know. But now when I got older, he saw I was pushing birds. He'll call me like, hey, mijo, I tengo seis, ayúdame a hacer el paro, so I'll get rid of those 6 for him, you know. Like now everybody started calling me, asking me for favors now, you know.
Damn, you're 17.
Yeah, and I was 17, you know. So I was like, I already had this like name for myself, you know.
Calmado.
Yeah, for real.
El Pocho.
I felt like, and everybody called me like,
sí.
you know, y también me quedó ya el nombre, el Pocho, because people thought I was like gabacho, you know, like, like I talk Spanish a lot, even desde morrillo, like even over there, they see me was like funny, like, este güey habla español, inglés, like rápido, like two mix, you know, and they're like, pinche pochillo, like, así me quedó, and then
sí.
Pocho, and then I'll be over there, and when I'm over there, like, when they're gonna go like, hey, fuck, we'll be back. We gotta go do a vuelta, you know, some shit happened. I'm like, no, I'll go with you guys. And they're like, serious? Yeah, me pone un rayo, una pechera. They're like, este morro le vale verga, you know, like, desde arranque. So I'll go with them too, you know, they're gonna go to a vuelta and shit. I'm right there like, fuck. Estoy cagado, pero like, in my head, I'm like, fuck it, let's go, you know, be with the fellas, you know. Fuga, let's go. And then they started to see like, este morro le vale verga, you know, like, he's with it, you know. So I started kicking, you know, like, more certain people, like, you know, that are in the game over there. Más conocidos and shit. And they'll like me, like, they'll be like, hey, tráiganse el Pocho, like, probably just to laugh at me, I don't know, but like, you know, como me.
But they liked
like,
you.
Yeah, but bring that food, like, he's fun, you know. Yeah, iba yo a las fiestas with them foods, you know, like, con mi radio, ya.
Calmado.
Me quedé chingón, you know, like,
yeah.
let's go, you know. Little Hugo Boss collar shirts, so I was like, oh shit, you know, back in the day, like, oh,
you're cool. No, for
know?
sure, of course.
So I was like, now I'm like 17, hitting 18, and now I'm doing like certain stuff. Now they're like, hey, wait, hazme un paro. Man, hey, but now you're going to go to Tennessee. For what, wait? Wait, I don't think I'll drive. No, don't worry, you don't got to take nothing over there. Just go there, and someone's going to give you something over there. I was like, all right. So I did that little vuelta over there, and they're like, oh, it came out good, and then...
You got hooked.
Yeah, when it came out good, he goes, hey, te acabas de ganar una vuelta a Puerto Vallarta, you know, when you come back. So from Sinaloa, we flew to a party, and, you know, had girls, you know, whatever.
Living the best life.
Living the best life, because I did that vuelta for him, you know, and he paid me. So I was like, hey, this motherfucker, hey, now you're going to go somewhere else. Me mandaron a Nueva York, me mandaron a fucking Florida, Chicago, everywhere, you know? But I'll stay out there like 2-3 weeks. And even when I go to a block, all the homies will tell me like, hey, why you never here? Like, I'm always on vacation, you know, like.
I'm working.
No le decía nada, but I'm always on vacation for, you know.
Chill.
Because I would never be there. Like, I dropped out of school, I was never there in the block. So when I would get back and I do come, like, I was always in my car serving people, like. And sometimes I'll be bored because everybody's in school and I'm like by myself. So anybody that would ditch will call me. Hey, wait, what are you doing? Oh, I'm about to go do something right now. Oh, can I go to you? Pull up. My copilote, you know? Like,
yeah.
He was a fool that take care of the phone. For while I'm driving, you answer and like be like, hey, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, aquí está manejando. Or when we pump gas, get off and buy the munchies and I'm pumping gas, you know?
Like you're a partner for the day.
Yeah, my little partner for the day. And I always had different people every day, you know? Like,
Yeah.
So I would be by myself, you know. And I was smoking in the car, like dumb shit. People be like, "Man, nigga did all that." Like I had like 10, 15 birds in the back.
Like, what is this fool thinking?
Fumando mota ahí en la cara, like dumb ass shit, you know, like.
Facts.
Big blood.
But yeah, you know, not getting because I didn't know. I never went.
Because you never got in trouble.
Yeah, so I was like, it's just cool, just driving. That's easy, you know. Y
Esa agua es para ti, just in case.
then I was like, started getting into other things, and I was like checking all these different drugs. I was like, this. But I tried a lot of different drugs. Something I didn't never try was like heroin and crystal meth. I was always just coke. And one time, I was in the hood right there with one of my homegirls, and I was like lit. Like, let me hit the cigarette. No. I was like, yeah, give me some. I got high. She had dipped that shit. I was like, no, mom.
PCP.
I was tripping.
Facts.
So I tried different stuff here and there, but I never.
You never got hooked.
And yeah, I never got hooked. I was hooked on money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that was your addiction.
Yeah, if I wanted to stop even coke, I'll stop. But I didn't want to because I was like, party, girls, you know.
And you have money, so
yeah.
You know you're getting your money. You're doing your thing. You're unstoppable at this point. You're thinking you're Scarface at this point.
Neta, I was like, I was thinking I was a shit. I go to the club, you know. I waste like 2 or 3 G's. The club bottles with girls and
the homies.
Yeah, I was 18. The girls I was going out with were like 26, 27, like almost 10 years older. So I was like, damn, I felt like I was a shit with my friends. Everybody was cool. Like, then I started going to Sinaloa more, coming back. I started living out there with my friends in Sinaloa. Then we started having different offices right here, like, to the point where I was like, I was really deep in the shit, you know? I was hanging out with certain people over there. I was affiliated with certain people over there. And when I came over here, I was just living the life. I had cars, you know, like, the homie knows, like, I think carros del año, trucks, whatever.
Yeah, you were living the way a person that lives that life has.
Yeah.
Basically.
A teenager, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I partied, went to all these bailes, you know?
You did it all.
When I was little, you know? So, when I was, like, I started hitting 18, and that's when I was partying even harder, you know? I wasted even more money because I was like, I'm going to enter like 30, 40 G's, you know? I'll waste these 10 right here. Go buy designers clothes. Like, that's when I started, like, finding about designer stuff. So, I was like, no, nowadays, me vale verga lo que uso, you know? But before, it was like, okay, I started being sharp, you know, for the girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uno como que esa vida, no sé si uno se convierte como alucino, like, you know, like, you want to, like, show off.
Mm-hmm.
But in my head, now I'm older, I'll be like, for what? Like, I have to show for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, back in the day, the fucking left quick. Like, I got here quick, but at least
Así,
quick as well,
ese es el dicho. Así como te entra, así se va a ir.
Yeah. So, y mi mamá me decía eso. Like, yeah, when my mom was to a point, like, where, like, she had to, like, accept it, because I was already living on my own and stuff. Me decía, ahorra, mijo, ahorra, invierte en algo, like, you know, like, haz las cosas bien, like, you know, like, sometimes I'll keep money with my mom, like, y mi mom nunca me tachaba ni $1, you know, like, hey, mom, do something, go buy yourself something, like, you know, comprate ropa, man, like, you know, go spar or something, you know, like, just go somewhere, you know, come back in a weekend, but just go, you know?
Leave me alone, yeah.
Yeah. And my sisters, you know, like, I started looking out for my sisters, like, one of my sisters was in cheer and stuff, so I would always, like, take her lunch with all her friends, all the cheerleaders, like, and she, like, felt cool, because, you know, my brother always brings all of us, you know?
Aww.
Fucking 40 burgers from Carlos or something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
For the whole team. You know, and, like, my family was, like, my main thing, you know?
Trying to make them happy.
Yeah. Or I would always post up at my mom's house, you know? Even if I live by myself, I post up at my mom's. Y lo que tenía con mi mom, me gustaba cocinar. I was always, like, I like to have my mom in the kitchen, you know? Like, I know how to cook, like, bomb, you know? But because I was always, like, I always had free time. Like, I didn't go to school and shit, so I was, like, I always had free time. So I kick with my mom. I was watching, what's that shit back in there? Despierta America, you know? They always had that cooking part. Like,
yeah.
And I was always right there with her, like, oh, yeah, man, let's go do that, you know? So I always had money. I'll go buy the food, camarones, whatever. My mom was the best cook, like,
ever.
The best. Like, all my friends, like, they'll come to my house, like, 'cause my mom cooked bomb, you know? Still to this day. And then, so I hop on my mom, so me prendía a cocinar, you know, good shit. Because I was independent all by myself, like, that's how I tell myself,
Yeah.
like, I don't need no girl, like, fuck, I'm hungry, I cook for myself.
That's
like,
right.
I'm not going to depend on nobody.
And that's a good thing to even have, like, to even, like, if you have boys, to teach your boys, like, do not depend on a girl to cook for you. Do not depend on a girl to clean for you. Because, and just like girls, don't depend on your man to take care of you. Try to do it yourself.
O lo que sí me decía mi mom, when I go out with girls and like, I'll bring a... Una vez me cagó el palo, she kicked me out with a girl. She goes, no, salta la vera, aquí no soltera la vera, because I'll be bringing different girls, you know? And then she'll tell me, like, hey, no seas pendejo, like, you know, like, valórate, like, everybody's gonna tell you I love you because you have money. No seas pendejo, like, me duele, I see you, you're my son and shit, like. So she started putting me on game through the girl side, you know? Because my sisters were younger than me. So my mom would put me, hey, no seas pendejo, esta morra, no te que... Morra, like, you know?
No, she
my
gets
mom
so
hated all the girls I brought, my mom hated all of them, you know? Because she knew, like, you know, they were all older than me, you know? And she was like, nah, no seas pendejo, like, you know, like, if you're gonna live your life, enjoy your life, go do whatever you want, but just do you know?
Yeah.
So I started getting in trouble more, you know? I got a high-speed chase right there to the hood, and my dad's suburban, so I jam. And I run, and I call my mama, ven a papá, look at la reporta robada. So I go to a pantry in my house. Like, my dad has the same name as me. So I got my dad, like, getting my dad. And then my mom's like, no, ven cabrón, vamos. Like, oh, well, she wanted to go turn me in because she's like, you up, like, tienes huevos para cagar el palo?
That's right. Yeah. And it's so true, though.
So she made me go to the fucking station to turn us in so my dad could, like, you know, let him. And then I was like, when I was in there, I was like, wow, my mom really threw me in jail. But I was like, nah, bitch. My mom was the type of her, like, okay, you do whatever you do, good or bad, like, have balls, you know, like.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
How are you going to do this? And it's like, oh, it wasn't me. Like, fool, be fucking... Agárrate los huevos, güey. Así como you're fucking thinking you're the coolest motherfucker in the world. Vámonos. Go do your time.
So, yeah. So I started getting, like, caught here and there for certain stuff. So I was like, fuck.
So, but what happened? Did they keep you?
They kept me in like a DA region. They kept me in the station.
Oh, okay.
And they let me go. You know, back in the day, they let you go, like, on a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't get caught.
Oh, you were just, just
like, pursuing, whatever.
And it wasn't even, you didn't even get caught in it, like.
Yeah, I ran. Mm-hmm. Look, see, they wanted to charge me with some neighbor's friends because I left it in drive.
Oh, shit.
And
you crashed.
So I bugged, you know, like, I was right there on, I was running down Chavez. Oh, shit, let's run, you know. Y sí, una vez también, like, una vez también me corretaron the cops. I was just and I had a gun and stuff, and I ran too, and they like had the chopper looking for me and everything. I was inside a trash can calling, who did I call? I called my tia, actually. They came to pick me up, you know, like, tia, fast, pick me up, you know, like, I'm right in a trash can right here. So she pulled up, picked me up, and like, I went home, she goes, bañate, cabrón, like, you're like, you know, you're like,
too
acelerado right now, you know. Y siempre que me ayudaban, me quedaban el palo, like, ya, agarra el rollo. Like, all my families are like, agarra el rollo, like, you know, like.
Pues sí, te vamos a ayudar, pero, hey, güey, ponte las pilas, agarra la onda.
It's like when you're helping somebody on drugs, like, want to quit, but they don't want to put their effort, you know?
Mm-hmm. I understand completely.
Yeah, like, I used to love drugs too, you know, and like, that's how I see it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Okay, like, in my head, like, shut up, whatever. But then, okay. But I was young. I didn't. Those consejos didn't hit me till I got older. Like, till once I got older, it was like, fuck, I did have that support system.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't take advantage of it. You know, I didn't appreciate it. You know, los mandaba la verga.
But also, that's something normal. I feel like that's something normal that young adults that are living a crazy life are, or even like. Normal boys, like my son, he's such a good boy. He's 22. Pero no se le puede decir nada porque todo es an attitude.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. I think it's just the age. Todo, like, yeah. It's just the age, I feel. Saben todo.
Till they hit that something like bam.
So tell me, Pocho, so this is how you're living. At what age did you end up in prison? Like, what happened?
Oh, 19.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't even that. Okay, you're almost there. Okay.
Yeah. So once I hit 19, I went in Sinaloa. I went to a big party, and then we're partying right there with some girls, and my homie's like, hey man, hey, mi compa trajo unas morras de allá de Venezuela, de Colombia, nothing. And the party at his house, where? Puerto Vallarta. Let's go. So we flew out to Puerto Vallarta, partying over there. And that day I came back, and I remember in the airport at TJ, when I got there, you know, there's like a little thing that says green or red. Like if you're green, they let you go, and then you're red, they stop you to search you. And I was green, and they still stopped me. So I was like, hey viejo, ¿qué onda la verga? Que esa madre está verde. No, it's protocol, you know. Ay, para aquí sus cosas de acá. Me escuchaban todo bien, boom. So I was all crudo from the fiesta. I was like, I didn't want to get up. Like,
Didn't even mean
I didn't
it.
know how the I got up that day, you know. Y my friend picks me up, and we're crossing the border. And crossing the border, we give our, you know, back in the day, you cross with your ID, like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Tu ID, tu ID, let me see, both IDs, the border patrol, boom, boom. We cross, and, oh, wow. He just says, wow. So I was like, the fuck? He sent us a secondary. They search us again, me and my friend this time. So I was like, what's up this shit, you know, like, I was still crudo, like, I wasn't, like,
Alert.
senses, yeah. So then we're driving back to East LA, and then once you pass San Clemente, otra vez nos para un CHP, la verdad, dije, fuck, what now? You're speeding or what? Because I'm right here trying to sleep, you know? Like, ¿qué onda, güey? You're speeding or what? I think I was driving regular, fool, this fool just pulled me over. I fuck, well, you have your license? I was like, yeah, it's my mom's car, everything legit. Alright, they pulled us over. Hey, todo bien, you know, and they let us go to, I was like, the fuck? Whatever, so I went. That day we went out again, I was like, well, no bien crudo, güey. Like, I was telling my homie, let's go drink or something, you know? Order something, we went, bam, partying and shit. And then the next day, we had like a warehouse over there by like East LA, by Union Pacific side. So I was going there, and I didn't make it there, so I was like, I feel like I was being followed, so I was like, what the fuck's right here? So when I tried to like bust a bitch, so I pulled over to let the cars goes by, to bust a bitch, and bam, the car hits me. Bam, my Explorer. Bam, I was like, what the fuck? And I was with my dad and two of my friends. So once it hit me, and I saw the lights. It was right there on Soto and Olympic, where the Sears was at. So they closed. I thought it was construction. They closed down that intersection. So imagine to close down the intersection,
And that's just cracking
and
there.
that's just traffic. So they're putting cones, and I passed through the cones como si nada. I was like, oh, there's no construction, you know. Hombre, ya me están esperando la verga. Dije, when I went, boom, and I saw that cars everywhere, UCs and shit, and I got off the car and I booked. I booked probably like 15 feet. When I stopped and I said, fuck me, apa, like, and when I stopped and I was like, turn around, bam, they tackled me, bam.
Like, I can't leave my dad.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, go run to the project, me pierdo ahí, you know, quick. But I was like, fuck, my dad. Like, damn, why the fuck bring this with me? My homies are just fucking on seafood and
Every man for their own, yeah.
Dije, fuck, mi papá. Dije, su puta madre. So I just, fuck, I stopped and they tackled me. Boom. Yeah, now they arrest me and we got him. And all these fools are like, happy, yeah. Giving each other high five. And I was like,
They're already watching you for a while.
So I was like, what the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers? Like, in my head, like, these fools on with like,
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about the system or nothing, you know? So I was like, I was on handcuffs. I was like tripping, like all scared. Like, what's up, this motherfucker? Like, yeah, everybody's giving high fives, hugging each other. Like, I see choppers and stuff. Then I see the fucking everybody DA, you know? And then fucking ATF, and it was like Vernon, please, Hollenbeck, like a gang of, you know? And then I see this girl. Fucking beautiful girl. I still remember her to this day. Like, I was like, with a little jacket. Started telling people, hey, who are you? What's this guy's name? What's this guy's name? Telling everybody shots. And I was like, damn, who's that? You know? And it turns around. See FBI. I was like, la verga. What the f is this? What the fuck?
You never thought.
I never thought, you know?
That you were going to get caught.
Yeah, but I was like, exactly. I never thought this day was going to happen to me. Yeah, I seen it on the news, TV, but I was like, never to me. Like, yo me quedé chingón, I'm a chingón. Never to me. Like, this is never going to happen to me, you know? Boom. Y behind she goes, we said, she goes, you have fun, right? I was like, no. Like, yeah, you have fun, right? It's all gone. You know, by the time you get out, you probably have enough years to like get your doctor's degree inside and shit. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, you know? And she's right there calling shots. I was like, como que era chingona, because everybody was like, oh yes, ma'am, like, you know? I was like, this young, beautiful girl. I was like, you know? I thought, yeah, I'm like, Hankers querían darle play away and shit, you know? Not knowing this is a bitch that's gonna fucking put me away for fucking ever, you know? They take us to the station and like, right there on what the fuck was it? On Alameda, the federal building? Mm-hmm. So they take us there.
To MDC.
Yeah, to MDC. They take us there, me, my dad, and my two homies. Y once they take us there, we're in the saddles together. And I tell my homies, like, hey, like, don't say shit, fool, like, you know? Like, don't worry, like, don't say shit. Like, everybody don't say shit. And my dad was right there just hearing us, but my dad estaba como aguitado, like, wow.
Ay.
I just told everybody, just don't say shit, todo bien, don't say shit. So once they come and I hear them fools like, yeah, just book all of them, fuck it. Put a case on all of them. I'm like, fuck,
My dad.
That when they came to interview us, I was like, hey, like, what's up? You want to talk to us now? I was like, yeah. So I was like, hey, well, none of these guys got nothing to do with it. All that shit is just me. Like, all the shit you're saying, all these fucking bounds. We're going to go to his mariscos. There was a mariscos spot right there. That was nice. So we're going to go to his mariscos house. So I brought my dad and my homies and shit. Like, that's what we're going to do, you know? Like, they have nothing to do with it. He goes, bro, are you sure you really want to see that right now? Like, yeah, they got nothing to do with it. I was like, all right, man. He goes, you guys could have split this time in 4, and you guys would have been out quick, you know, like 2 years here, 2 years there. Like, but but I didn't know I had this fucking big ass indictment shit. My indictment came out in the news and shit. Like,
really? What year was this?
It was 2012.
Oh.
Yeah. It was 2012, so I was like, fuck. I don't know none of that shit. And once they said that, I saw that my homies, like, they're gonna let he goes, yeah, you gotta just release this guy, keep this guy. One of my homies had like a warrant. Mm-hmm. Got fucking failure to appear or something.
So they let your dad out?
Yeah, then he goes, take this guy to county, just pay off his shit for the weekend. And let my dad go out. And I told him, I told the guy, hey, can I hug him real quick? You know, like I told him, he goes, nah, it's a fucking white boy. You know, some cops are cool. I know, I get it. It's their job and shit. Mm-hmm. But some like, no mames, like, the fuck I'm gonna escape from the building and come down? Like, can you just open? I just want to hug my dad. You know, like
one time.
You know how, like, be human for once. Mm-hmm. You know. Nah. And the other guy was like, I hear it, man. He opened it for me. Go ahead.
And this is you still wearing your clothes?
Yeah, I'm still wearing my clothes. You know, just no shoelaces. No one to take your shit. Mm-hmm. And when I tried to hug my dad pushed me like, ¿Qué haces, güey? Like, no, todo bien. ¿Qué hiciste, güey? Like, he's like now he's mad. Like, no, pa, todo bien. Lo quiero mucho. Like, ¿Qué hiciste? Like, why'd you do it? Like you should have shut up. Like, my dad knew already what was going on. So like, fuck,
he was mad at you.
Him, like, his voice kind of like breaking, and I teared up too. Like, fuck, you know, my jefe and shit. He goes like, why'd you do it? He kept saying, why'd you do it? Cabrón? Like, and I hugged him. And no, todo bien, lo quiero mucho. You know, like, todo va a estar bien, no se preocupe. And that guy's like, oh, and my dad's like, why? Like, you know, like, why'd you do it? Like, no. And so he let them go and shit. They let them go, man, I guess, because they took all their phones and shit. All the phones, they didn't give nobody their phones back. I was investigation like a motherfucker. So they walked back, you know. So walking down First Street with my other homie. And my homie, one time he wanted to go visit me, he told me that story about when my dad was walking and he was like just tearing up, like, you know, like,
no, see.
But like, I was raised like my mom, my dad to always be a man, you know. So I'm like, yo la cagué, ya estoy embarrado, you know. Why am I gonna embarrar at other people for shit, like, you know?
Que no hicieron.
Especially my dad, like, okay, me gone from jail, my sisters could live on my dad, but me and my dad gone, like, we're gonna take care of the household. You know, my little brother was little, like 7, 8, you know, he was little. So like, father, need one of us out there, you know.
Yeah.
And plus, like, my dad really had nothing to do with it, you know. So I was like, so I did whatever, and then he jammed, and then they took me to NBC. And bam, I get like my lawyers come and when they give me like my papers. Oh, this is your indictment. I was like, indictment? What the f-? You know?
Is this before you get upstairs, or this is just when you barely get down?
When I barely get down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's I mean like a packet like big. I was like, what the f- is all this shit? United States versus, you know, fame. Yeah, all my shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? And all that shit we were doing, you know, and there was an informer in our case. He put 27 hours. That's what they got us.
Wow.
So they're showing pictures of me like, hey, but all this could be gone, you know? All this could be gone. Look, this is the address of so-and-so. Like, you know, like one of the cartel bosses' son. He was my homie. He was like my best friend. He goes, he's right here. Like, all you gotta do is just, like, say he's right there. I'm like, I don't know him. Like, look, we have a picture with you, like, on the airplane. You're right here. I'm like, look, that's just him, and you're right here. I was like 2 seats back. I was like, so you brought me in because of the picture? I was like, yeah, because we have, like, information that you know him. Like, so just because I was sitting close, then why the f*** isn't everybody else in the plane with us, you know? You're breaking me because I'm fucking 2 rows behind them. Like, what about the people next to him on the plane? What about you should have brought the home right here, you know? Why me? Like, I remember I told him that. No, but aquí está. Just tell us, like, I don't know him. Like, no, like, no seas tonto. Like, trust me. Like,
Yeah.
Like, you could be out. Like, this, you're in a big-ass jam. Like, I empezó a paniquear. And I was like, verga, you know? He goes, like, you could be in here forever. I was like, fuck. So, like, nah. He goes, oh, unless you want to talk to your attorney. I was like, yeah, I want to talk to my attorney. So they send you back. Now they register you. Now you go upstairs. And
So tell me, how was it for you when you get upstairs? Where'd you go? 5 North, 5 South, 7 South?
So when I went up there, I was like, in the elevator, the cops were like, hey, you a gang member? I'm like, no, why? Where are you, Paisa? I was like, no. So I was like,
Oh, because you had no idea what it
I
was.
didn't know, yeah, I didn't know what the was like. 'Cause I wasn't a gang member, you know? And I told her, so like, I'm not a Paisa, like, I'm a citizen, right? I don't know
I'm
the
a
structure.
citizen.
You know?
Oh, you're not a citizen.
Yeah, so I was like, so I pull up, and then some chapín goes, ¿qué hizo, oiga? ¿Cómo está? ¿De dónde viene? I was like, oh, Los Angeles. And he's talking in Spanish, so I was talking in Spanish. ¿Dónde es? ¿De qué parte de México? I was like, oh, mi familia es de Sinaloa. So I started talking to him. Oh, yeah, acá hay un chinola.
And then you sound like super paisa.
Yeah, so the chinola pulled up. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué hizo con? ¿De qué parte es? Oh, familia de Mazatlán y acá. This is nice. Ah, parito, véngase, todo bien, you know? So like, they received me, and I was like, oh, aquí estamos todos los chinolas, acá, and like, so they received me, so I was like, oh, that's cool, you know? And then, I even asked him, like, hey, the fucking Judas telling me que si soy paisa. No, sí, estoy. No, pero soy ciudadano. And he laughed. Sabiste, viejo, aquí los chinolas, usted está bien. And then that guy was in my case, I didn't even know.
You're kidding.
Yeah, there was 27 of us right there. That whole building was like, sky with everybody in our
No,
case.
look, when I went, it was 75 of us.
That's the whole building. That's like a whole dorm.
The whole shit, yeah. So you obviously there's like people there that you didn't even know because you
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
So you get there. Well, what about when did you any like homies go up to you like when they were like, hey fool, like you're from here, like none of that, or you just already like
one of them knew me, and he's like, hey, what's up, güey? ¿Qué onda, güey? I was like, and then lo conoce, the chino's like, oh, lo conoces, sí, es compa amigo de allá, and he goes, oh yeah, buen muchacho. He just told him that. But other uncles of mine, everybody has done time.
Okay.
I have an uncle, he's a border brother. He's like, so when I got older, I was like, they would always tell me, hey, eres paisa, but I was like, I never got to the
you had no idea what it was.
Yeah. So I never got to the point where I have to pick like, oh, soy paisa, homie, like, the who's like, you're a gang member? Like, nah, like now I know about like the resident stuff, now I know about all this, right? But I was like, well, I know a lot of people
Homies
from different hoods, you know, like, I'm cool wherever I go, you know? And I might not know, like, the youngsters, but I know, like, the right people from every hood, you know? Like, I'm cool wherever. So now I just stay like that, you know? I met a couple of people that were from, like, the east side there. Even when I was in prison, like, hey, what's up, my boy? I grew up with people, like, in the club that they became gang members. But I guess since I was always, like, going to Mexico, like...
You're a paisa.
Yeah. I never followed their getting into the hood because I was like... I know there was going on. I was always like, I gotta go.
We're making money.
Yeah, I was over there for a couple of months and I was living here. And when I dropped out of school, I was like, here for like 2-3 months and I'll be in Mexico for like 2-3 months. And I'll come back and forth, you know?
Got it.
So I was like, I never like come here to the Valles. Like, I flyer parties here and there. And, but I would never like, I never gangbang, never
Yeah.
you know? One time I kicked her a friend, my little friend, we're from like a little crew and stuff. They were tagging walls. I go with them. I was never good at it, but me gustaba the adrenaline. Like, let's go. You know, like, yeah, I'll go with you, fool. And I had the car, so like, I'll bring
Yeah.
because I like that shit. Like, oh, that shit's badass. You say, doing a little thing. But like, I never knew
wasn't
all
you.
that shit. You know, that
It wasn't you.
Yeah, that was not, yo no tenía el don ese to like ride and shit, but I liked it, you know.
Yeah. Anything that was in desmadre, it was for you.
Count me in. I was there, you know, where did I sign? Sign me up.
So you get to so you're at MDC now. You're
Yeah.
getting there and you went paisa.
Yeah.
And so how long did you fight your case for?
I filed my case for a year, 9 months.
Okay. And tell me about that whole 1 year and 9 months. How did you
Oh, but look at another thing. When I got there, I was there 2 days. And then after 2 days, they took me to the SHU.
why? So you went to A South.
Yeah, A South. No, I would say 8 North, but the girls are.
Yeah. No, we're 9 North.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 9. And so into the shoe. So the people, my case, they have put accent that I wasn't supposed to be in GP, so I was fighting my case from the shoe. Now, imagine, I'm young. I had like a high profile case because what they were saying about me, so I had a high profile case, and I was fighting my case in the shoe, you know? So I'm right here, and then I went to my first court. 25 to life. No, mames a la verga. And I was like, I was right there.
And did you go to court with your co-defendants?
No.
Wow.
I will go to the court. Like they'll be right there. Like I'll bump into them, and you know, a little hall. But like everybody will be like independent, like one by one.
Got it.
But yeah, I'll see them like that's the only time I started talking to them more paisas because when I was there. But they'll keep me like. I guess the other people from the shoe, they keep them different.
Did you ever like ask or wonder like, hey, why am I by myself?
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm going to. So I asked after my lawyer. He goes, "You're high profile," because they had me like in sicario, like a assassin. Hit. I was a financiero of the Sinaloa Cartel for Los Angeles area.
Oh wow!
So of all the favors I was doing to certain people, moving all this money. One time I was like in a hotel taking care of a 1.2 million, you know.
And obviously he's saying this, you guys, because this is what he got indicted for. Yeah. So if we're speaking about it, you're able to speak about that.
I did time for that already.
And this is all in the indictment.
And then, so when I tell him that, he goes, nah, because they were trying to give me kingpin. So I was like, 25 to life.
Okay, you're 19? What
I
was
was 19, I got no kids, I got nothing going for myself. My handcuffs, I always put this little black box on me. So I was like, once he told me that, I was at court, my knees buckled. Me puse pálido, la verdad, life, you know, like, a la verga.
No, sí, se siente súper feo.
Casi me desmayo. So we're like, casi me desmayo. So once he did, the lawyer's like, nah, we're going to fight for it, this and that. So later on, we started fighting for it, and everybody started getting independent cases. Like the indictment we had, so we don't get the conspiracy. We started getting like, like everybody doing like their case. Yeah,
their own, like you basically signing for your own stuff so it could be separate. Yeah. And nobody else could blame you for that.
Yeah. So towards the end, I was fighting my case, and when I got sentenced, I came to GP. So those little 3-4 months, you get there to like catch a chain. Like it was cool right there, you know, like fucking eating spreads with the paisas, with the homies.
When you were in the shoot, did you have a celly?
No. So my neighbor was some loquito. Remember the fools from the Boston bombing? That was my neighbor.
You're kidding.
No sé qué decía, bam, se pegaba en la cabeza, and I'm like, so imagine they telling me, oh, you're gonna get live, you're gonna do this, and then I have this loquito next to me, like I was going through it.
Wow.
My anxiety, I wake up in the night, I can't breathe.
Really?
And then I was like my first week. So one time they were like, hey, they said my cell number, hey, so-and-so, get the kaya, like, pass it down. I was like, what the fuck is what they saying? You know, like, I was seeing it, like, that's my cell. Like, look outside, on me. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, how do I get that shit, you know? And then the guy next to me, he's like, hey, you have fucking a fishing line? I was like,
you need to learn how to fish yet.
I don't know what that was. I was like, how the fuck am I gonna fish? I'm in jail, nigga. Like, what the fuck you want? I'm gonna go to the pond right now and shit. Like, ya me explicó, he's a homie.
You got it together.
Okay. Yeah. So my other neighbor, the other side, it was some señor that was fighting his case right there. So le caí bien también, you know, there I have that, like, le caigo bien a todos. Hey, wherever you from this area? Oh, yeah, my boys. Oh, yeah, I know some guy from right there. And I knew his friend, like, like, he grew up with his best friend. I was like, oh, yeah, so.
You guys clicked.
Bien, like, he'll get food, and he'll send me food, too. Like, you know, that, like, one time I told him, hey, how you became, like quesadilla, like burritos?
From the fishing for the girls.
Toilet.
From the girls.
Yeah.
I know. I learned how to fish. I used to fish all the time.
Yeah, I learned too. And I was fishing down floors and shit. But before that, I was eating it. Anyway, so like, people would trip out because like, there was some señores there. And I'll tell, hey, wait, like, people, hey, you can't call them that. Like what the f?
Some people don't like it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know about politics. I don't know about that shit. But the fools, the señores will be like, no le hagas caso, you know, like, don't worry about them. He's, you know. So I'm like, hey, this is my, oh yeah. So-and-so shot it from upstairs. I'm like, how? With the guardia? Not to the toilet. I was like,
Fire! Fire
I
shit.
don't know how to spit that shit out, man.
You
I
never
was
ate it, so you didn't eat it.
I did. I was eating, you know, but it took me to like my second burrito to like ask, like, how the fuck you get this shit on fire, you know? Like,
Hey, wait, let me ask you. Did you get a girlfriend in the toilet?
Nah.
Don't lie.
Hey,
Don't
I
lie.
had
Your
a
face
name-
set it off. I know he's lying, guys.
I had a neighbor, my boy, que esa güey la embarazó, güey.
What?
It came on the newspaper.
Wait, what?
Palabra. That fool le mandó mecos with the girl, she got pregnant, my nigga. Like,
You're
for
kidding.
real. So, see, what is that for? Like 18. I forgot the name was, but
So he got her pregnant.
yeah.
Sick
They
ass
were
fool.
all in love, man. Yeah, sí, habla con morras. Because they tell me, hey, fool, like, they go, hey, wait, habla con su amiga. Quieren, I'll be seeing the conversation in the van right there.
Nine
talking
North.
to them, you know? Yeah, hey, Nine North. Where is it? Sometimes I'll even hear the people from the bottom one, and I'm like watching like the Rosa de Guadalupe, you know, I'm asleep, and you hear the whole conversation, like,
Se la tira.
yeah, I'm like, damn, this fool's in love. And in my head, I'm like,
Did you ever talk in the toilet?
Yeah. She was bad.
¿Le sacabas el agua?
Saca el agua, fish. I don't know how to fish is the experience.
You just learned so much.
Your survival skills go like, boom, 1 to 1,000.
And you drink coffee and everything in there?
Yeah.
You always drink coffee?
Now when I was growing up, but in there, yeah, black.
Yeah.
Kifi, Colombian Kifi got bomb.
Fire.
Even when I got out, los busqué esas madres en Amazon. Or René Bolsas, you know. That shit was bomb, you know, because you come out here like, que Nescafé. Or you buy a Nescafé, you're balling, you know, chaca, you know, like, oh shit, if we got a little pomito Nescafé.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get the Folgers.
Yeah, or the Folgers, the little pomito. But still, like, I still like the little bolsita, like the Kifi, you know.
Yeah, the little yellow bag.
Yeah, the yellow bag. And it's like, that shit's bomb. It gets you all lit, you know? Cafe every morning and shit.
So you have a toilet girlfriend. Le estás sacando el agua, hey, you know?
Hey, what's up, baby?
Hey, with the canisters, the sugar, huh?
Nah, sometimes you do that, like, para agarrar cura, like, you know, like, to, like, your mind.
To
be
distract
distracted,
yourself, yeah.
Because imagine, I'm fighting 25 to life. I'm young, 19. And, oh, yeah, I was getting these attacks, like anxiety attacks. Se me estaba cayendo el pelo. Like, I have butts. I look like a cheetah with butt spots.
Stress
you know?
case.
Yeah, I was stressing, you know?
Big time.
Like, in my head, I was like, I want to do life. Like, fuck. Like, I was scared, way, la verga, you know? But I haven't even finished high school, way.
All of a sudden empieza de la
Yeah, all of a
escuela.
sudden, ya llegó los santos. The holy in me now. I want to go back to school and to church and shit, you know? Now, one cop did. He was like, I think he was a Christian. He did give me a Bible, and like, I started reading it, and see me calmado, you know?
It does.
Believe it or not.
Hey, did you work out as well or no?
Nah, I don't know about working. I don't know about none of that
None
shit.
of
I was just wake up, and wish every day the señor next door send me a burrito. So that shit was fire, you know? La comida valía verga, the one they gave, but the home right there, that food,
So hook you up.
mi burrito, you know?
That's
like,
nice.
Don't send that food so much shit. He's like, oh, you send me some. Like,
Shout out to the homie.
yeah, shout out to the homie. That food, and he took care of everybody right there. Paisa, you just gotta be a raza and he's taking care of you.
Yeah. Well, that was nice.
But just the loquito, or like, sometimes when that fool had to go to court way, like, like they always, the Ninja Turtles would come to get that fool because he never wanted to go. Maze that fool. So, every time you go to court, all of us are right there dying, choking. Because I was next to him, you know? So, you know, y hablaba, sepa qué idioma hablaba, like, chongo, no sé qué verga, güey. They always took him like strapped up on the dolly. Push him out.
Really?
Because he never wanted to go to court.
That's
He was young,
crazy.
so está loquito, the Boston bombing and shit.
That's crazy.
Every day, fool, like, not every day, but every time you go to court, like, fuck, I was already ready, like, hey, when does this fool got court? Oh, next week. So I was already gonna fucking, you know, cover myself
Sit
and
back, because he
shit.
keeps staring at you.
So I was like, yeah, that happened, and then
So that's how I went for like
so
a
I went
year.
right there. Then when I finally started, like, talking to other people about the cases, hey, so I'm on this floor. And they're like, oh, I start talking about my case to people that were in there. And he goes, oh, no, fulano de tal, este güey nos puso. I was like, nah, güey, este güey no. I was always like, hurry, like, nah. This fool was like, he was like
couldn't
my
believe
idol.
it.
He was like my idol. He was like, so I tenía como 100 corridos. Everybody looked, he was like a god to me. Like, nah, not this fool. Like, never this fool. Like, nah. I was like, no, están pendejos ustedes. Sí, güey, acá de I'm like, nah, you guys are dumb. Like,
Because now you realize
now
all
I
your
know,
co-defendants were
yes,
there.
Now I know what all this indictment thing was like. That pack, they gave it to me, and I never looked at it till like a month, 2 months after. Like, one time I was like, boy, I was like, started reading everything, you know? Everybody's name and shit. I was like, what? motherfucker, you know, like everybody's names. Oh, look at Downey area. I was like, oh shit, I was there too, like. So I was like, you know, then it started clicking, you know.
Yes.
So
you started opening your mind and actually like.
But I still didn't believe these guys. Like, hey, so and so. Like, nah. I was like, hey, güey, no seas cabeza dura, loco, la verga. And like, this fool nos puso like, nah. It was like, fool like a god to me, you know. Like, I looked up to that fool like, oh, I want to be like him when I grow up, type of shit. So I finally signed a sentence. They gave me an independent case. Like, the government here is like so corrupt. Like, I independent for my case. I signed for like 12 keys of meth that I never got caught with. I never touched. I never ghost up. They were saying, you know how ghost up. So
I never got caught with anything either.
Me neither. So I was like, so now I'm signing for like shit. Like, so I signed. I had to take that deal to get like pulled from the conspiracy, the kingpin, and all that. So I signed that, and I signed 13 open plea. And so I was like, I was happy. Like, fuck, I don't got life no more. I was happy when I came downstairs. ¿Cuánto le dieron? Some other places like, oh, tanto. When I came back from court, like, oh, ¿estás tan feliz? Like, pues sí, güey, la verga, man. I was going to be all my life. Now I got like that.
You know where you're
hope.
going.
Like, I got like, a la verga, like, tienes como faith that, oh, I'm going to get out one day, you know?
And you're young still.
Yeah. So I was like, now I'm kicking it downstairs with all the homies, all the paisas, and like, all the paisas I'm cool with, because now they know about my case. Now the homie's cool because the señor's like, hey, my little homie's going to go down there, fulano, like, you know? So now I'm keep it cool with everybody, you know? Like, I feel special, like, oh, that feels good.
Now you're feeling the power again.
Yeah, there it goes again. I'm falling into that, you know? I like that power. So they're like, oh, all right, cool. I'll play basketball with all the homies and the paisas. And then there was this paisa, and I started working out with him, you know? I started doing push-ups, and he goes, no, wait, I see you. Like,
the burpee style.
Yeah, so I was like, te ves pendejo, esa ma que es, güey. Like, I'll do my push-ups. He's like, no, wait, this is not burpee, para que hagas tus piernas, you know, rocking chair, everything. I was like, and I did it. I was like, fool, I feel like I look like a dumbass.
But everybody's doing it.
Yeah, but I saw everybody's doing it, so I was like, so it took me a while to be like, to not feel like awkward, you know? Ya empecé a hacer ejercicio con ellos, and my chanate in the morning, Kifi, boom. I was getting hooked to coffee. I was like, coffee. I love that shit. You know?
Damn.
I was like my girl, and I was like, coffee. Started eating. I would get visits. Those visits make you.
So your mom would go visit you with your sisters?
My mom, my dad, my sister, everybody, friends and shit.
And then it's contact visits, so.
Yeah, right there.
Your friends were able to go visit you?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay.
Just my immediate family.
Yeah.
And then it was like my baby sister, I was barely holding her kids in my arms, like, oh shit, like, you know, that shit felt kind of cool, you know?
And then you were able to see the girls at visit too. Look at your face,
like, oh, who's that? Because some girls were in my case, you know?
Oh, really?
So then they'll tell me, hey, ¿quién es el que estaba en la mesa to the right by the vending machine, like where you walk in? I'm like, oh, that was me. Like, oh, estás guapo. Like, oh,
calmado.
Bien playboy. I was like, all right, thanks, you know? Like,
no, but
they tell you, it's like,
yeah, it makes you feel happy. You're in there, you know, you have
with people.
Yeah, and it's good. It's what makes our days and our times go.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, it's cool. So now I'm coming. I was getting ready to catch the chain, you know.
Okay.
So right here, this part's funny. Cause I was ready to catch the chain, so I was like, all the paisas were like, oh, I said un campo, you know, like first time ever. I was like, oh, cool. Like, I have tickets. I've been like busted.
Yeah, you don't
like,
have a
in and out type of shit, you know. All right, cool. You know, the homies like, oh, you gonna go to camp, my boy? Like, you know, like we're gonna be somewhere else, you know. Cause a couple homies I knew, they're like my homies, you know, growing up. They're with me, and the paisas and the lot. Like, I met some Armenian, he became my homie, machine, and I was gambling with that fool. I was like gambling. I started getting into cars. Oh, no, todo el día me la pasaba en la poker table. La verga. Fuck, mándame más del dinero que tengo ahí, mándame un poquito. Y yo, no, mijo, ya se te está acabando.
Just gambling, bro.
Just gambling. So I was like, fuck. Yeah, when I caught the chain, I was in the bus and everybody was like, I'm going to camp. And, you know, he goes, vas a estar en el zacate, bajo un arbolito, comiendo un aguacate, pinches venaditos acá. Like,
ay,
like,
tampoco te
me la
pasa
estaban pintando bien a gusto, you know. So acostado en una hamaca, chilling, you know. So I was like, I can't wait to go to jail, you know. Because every season is like, fuck, you there, you know. Like basketball was like cramped up, like, because everybody was like 3-on-3s, you know. And then we can't play right now because the Morenos are playing. So fuck, once they're done, then we play, like, you know. So once I caught the chain, I caught the bus. I was like, I'm starting spinning. I thought, hey, Pocho. They even made me like a big food because I was leaving. You know, like,
What did they make you?
Like nachos and some cake with soda.
Fire.
Like a cheesecake, but made out of soda. Like it became a bomb. You know.
No,
like,
they just cook bomb.
yeah, I made a bomb, and I was like, oh, shit's bad. You know, hey, Pocho, nos vamos a ver si nos vamos para allá. You know, everybody gets your contact and shit. You know. Mm-hmm. So I got in the bus, you know, and again, and the homies like, oh, mucho gusto, so certain homies, you know, like, you know, you'll probably be with us, like, because I let her go with the black box again, you know. I don't know what the you know.
They put the black box on
Every time I would record, I always had, since I got in jail, I had that little black box, so that, hasta madre que in my head, like, I probably ran out of handcuffs or something, like, I was always the last one, you know. I'm in the bus, and I met some paisa right there, so. From Baja California, I was chopping it up. Yo voy palón, pa. How do you know? Like, oh, my counselor told me. Fuck, my counselor was a bitch. She never told me shit, you know?
You didn't ask. You probably didn't even ask.
I didn't even ask because I didn't know, like,
yeah.
You know?
You were so damn stuck on the damn poker table.
Yeah. I was in my toilet crusher, my toilet sweetheart out there. No, and then so I was in the bus. We're driving. We're going to go pick up other people from different buildings and different, you know? And once we get to the IE, to Victorville, the Airway Express right there, where do the transfers. There's like fucking 10 buses, you know? So everybody's getting out, go to different buses to see where you're gonna go at. So I'm right there, we're chopping it up, and the fool in front of me, hey, they call my name, I'm already leaving, you know? They're calling everybody's booking number, you know? Hey, all the 112s, you know, LA, 112. Mm-hmm. All the San Diego, 298s, 198. Hey, they're leaving, I'll catch up to you, and I know, like, slowly the bus kept getting empty, you know? So I was like, I don't know, my turn, you know? Where the fuck am I going? Long pad, whatever. I was excited to go with my friends that I met, you know, the homies or the paisas. I was like, and then like, a lot of people get out the bus now. Like, some of us stay right there, and I see now people start coming in our bus, you know? And I was like, este güey, ¿qué onda? Like, matón, you know, cholos y güeros all tatted in the face, fool. Some fool had like his eyes all black, fool. Like, you never seen that shit when they tattoo their eyes?
Scary.
Like, no, esa vez me pareció el diablo y su puta madre.
Ni lo mandé, Dios.
That was my first time. So I was like, a ver, este güey, ¿qué onda, you know? He had a fucking devil right here tatted. I was like, what the fuck? This was fucking crazy.
I don't even want to look at him.
I was right there. I was like, I don't want to look. I was like, so some homie sat down next to me, and I told him, hey, my boy, you want to switch? I'm probably going to leave right now, you know? And they're like, yeah. So he switched, got window, I got next to it, because I was like, oh, they're going to call my name, I have to leave. So I see, puro pinche pinto viejo, you know, rochas and fucking white boys all tatted down and shit. And I'm
like some serious hard timers.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm getting scared already for like, what the fuck? And they're like,
you're 20 now.
Yeah. No, I'm still not. Yeah, I'm 20. So I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, all right, man. And he taught the CEO taught the other fool, all right, let's wrap it up. We're about to leave. I was like, hey, we're good. Like, you're not missing me all the time. Hey, I think you missed me. You know, like, you didn't call my name. What's your name? I told him my name. He goes, where's your register number? I told him my register number. He goes, nah, you're good. So I was like, I think this fool fucked up. You know, like, I was in my head like, this fool like, what the taking me? I wanted to go to a Zacatito with the deers. The deers, fucking Bambi and shit. So I was like, a la verga, like, you know, I'm just quiet. And the homie told me, like, hey, weren't you going to leave? He goes, oh, yeah, I thought so, but I think this fool. I was like, oh, they'll probably bring you on the way back. Like, they'll do a spin for you, you know? Because sometimes they be doing that to get more money. I was like, I felt a little more comfortable because the homie said that. So I was like, all right, cool. Fuck it, you know? So I went to, and then I see it, and then we stopped by Victorville, and the FCI, the bus stops. He goes, oh, this is Victorville. He goes, oh, the meeting. I was like, fuck, what about I'm going to stay at Victorville? He goes, all right, everybody in the meeting. So I was like, father, everybody going to call my name right now. Boom, everybody in the FCI 1. They call like 4 people, bam. And then we went to the FCI 2, they call like another 6, 7 people, bam. So I felt more comfortable. Oh, yeah, they're going to do the switch back for me, you know? Like, yeah, they going to take me back. And then we go to a USP, bam. And then, bam, the bus pulls in, the towers and shit. And I was like, what the f***? Like a castle, we got torres right there, fools with guns and shit. So I was like.
Because now you're at the USP.
Yeah, so I'm like, what is this, you know? I'm like, oh, I want to go in and out quick because they messed up for me. Now I'm going to try to go back. So I go in and they read everybody's shit, and then they read my name, and then we're coming down, and I told the CEO, hey CEO, like, I think they like I was supposed to go to the other one, and he goes, what's your name? He goes, bro, shut everything's right. Nobody f***ed up.
You're here.
So I was like, fuck. So I was like, USP, dije, all the paisas are saying, oh, todo está bien, güey, todo está... Al menos que alguien to the other paisas que vean una USP, no, ahí está cabrón, ahí matan a gente. And I was scared. I was like, no, mames. I was like, fuck. I was right in the USP, putting it. I was like, wow, the USP, you know, the black box. And then I started seeing other people with the same black box.
Everybody would have the black box.
Yeah, so I was like, what the...
Belong.
Oh, well, I didn't know I would belong there, but that's what they took me. So I was like, that we go in, they process us, you know, a little style, like checking you and shit for tattoos. Everybody's getting naked again. I was like, wow. I always hate that shit, you know, getting naked again, like, I had no tattoos. Why not? No, blasted. I had no tattoos, you know. I really put in, so everybody, they're good doing the interview by the SIS, the gang addiction people, and then, when they get to your cell, you know. By the time I booked this in, it was in the night. So I got a cell. I got a cell with a widow. It was in the night. And the widow was like, what are you? I was like, oh, paisa, I think.
I think.
Damn, a paisa, you know, because back there, everybody was saying paisa.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I was like, all right, man, go sleep in the top bunk. I was like, all right. It was already night, you know, it was past count time. So slept in the morning. He goes, hey, you people, when he woke up, and he woke me up. I was tired. He woke me up. Hey, paisa, I think your people like gonna get up right now and shit. You're gonna have to go check in with them. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, really? I was like, where we go check in? Because right now at the day room, they all come to you. So I was like, I go with this weirdo. Fool's already up early.
He was on it.
Mopping and the shirt. I thought he spilled something, fool. in my head, I was like, this fool spilled something, he's cleaning it up. No, este güey estaba mapeando todo con la camisa, you know. I was like, what the fuck? I've never seen that shit before. So I was like, and I go, and the paisa like, oh, paisa, fulano de tal, oh, que vengas, viejo. No, they take you to sala, they read you the rules. I was like, oh, para que vea las reglas. I was like, oh, you don't know. The Jura already told us. The fool laughed like, no, esas no, dijo, like, so I was like, what are this fool talking about, you know? We go inside and like, oh, yeah, viejo, acá tiene que estar al tiro y levantarse, you know how it is, you know? So, right, you know, nosotros somos paisas, estamos con los sureños y somos uno acá. I was like, okay. Wow, todo bien, you know? When I went to yard, we had to go check in with the llavero. You know, the fool had the llave. We went in there. He talked to us a little bit. And after that, I was like, back to the unit. So I was like, fuck. He goes, hey, mañana lo vamos a mover con un paisa. I was like, all right. So we moved my cell. We moved a paisa. And then the paisa was some Michoacán. It was cool as y viejo, aquí se la va a pasar bien, a gusto aquí conmigo. Eso se cocinaba.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, nice.
I like to eat. I was like, oh, that's good. Let's do this.
And you already had money on your books.
Yeah, the money takes you. And then it was commissary 2 days after.
Oh, so you were good.
So I went to commissary and I fucking maxed out. It was like the $380 per month. So I maxed out. I was putting everything. He goes, hey, viejo, nomás pueden un mes. Y si se lo gasta una semana, ya no va a poder ir. He goes, al menos que se lo ponga alguien. He's put me up on game. Put money on people's books. I was like, si tiene acceso a eso. Si tiene acceso, I was like, acceso? I was like, hey, I could put money on people's books. He goes, all right, pues usted quiere acceso. I bought shoes. I bought
your sweats.
You know, I bought sweats. I bought, you know, the little gray sweats, shirt, commissary. I bought everything.
Your hygienes, everything.
My hygiene, razors, everything. And then I had to put money on people's books because I wanted to buy more stuff, you know. So I put money. And then ever since then, I started going to the yard and became friends with some paisa that we used to work out all the time, me and him. So now burpees were coming for me, you know. Like,
yeah, you're super used to it.
Busting down, you know, wake up with chanate, bam, in the morning, busting down in the morning, you know. And Victor gets hot, so over there by like 10 o'clock, it's like 104, 105. I'm like, so puta madre, sudando, you know. Fuck it, let's do this shit, you know. And the other homies will work out with us that we're cool with, you know. Like, I was always into sports. I was a badass softball player in soccer. So all the homies and like paisas will hang around, will work out with each other, you know. We had like a team. The paisas homies, the güeros had a team, the morenos had different teams because their carros is like all types of in there, you know. Like crazy. You know how
yeah.
Chinos and no sé qué verga. Then I started learning more about the ranflas, you know. No paisas, homies.
Did you ask questions?
I started asking questions, you know.
Pues ya era hora, güey, porque ya 2 años y no, ni una pregunta.
Yeah, I started asking more questions to the paisas, you know, and I would ask questions to the homies too, because the homies that I kept it cool with. Oh, and like they'll laugh every time I ask her. They're like, hey, güey, pues no sé, güey, a la verga, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, before that, I bumped into another co-defendant. And he told me, mira, güey, so he finally proved to me that the fool I looked up to was the fool that put it like, I was aguitado. I was like, no mames, loco. Like, sí, güey, no, fulano me decía, like, when I was in NBC, everybody was saying, he goes, sí, güey, ese güey, su puta madre, la verga. Like, no mames. I was like, heartbroken, you know, like, fuck.
Yeah.
Aguitado, like, damn, this fool was like,
it's always
hero,
like
you know?
the people you least expect.
Yeah, so I was like, este güey está loco, este güey era matón y no sé qué verga. Like, how the fuck this fool, like, yeah, you know, so I was like, hey, wait, but I would tell people, why they put me here, you know? My counselor, I told her, like, oh, why am I here? Like, it's my first time and stuff. So look at your case, like, it says you guys are, you guys are this and that, like, you guys kill people for the pago and shit. That's why you're here.
Ah, okay.
Like, your case was like a high profile case, you know. There was like MM members involved too and shit. Like, so I was like, yeah, you're here. That's why.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I've never been to. He goes,
it's just what it is.
Yeah. He goes, oh, no, that's how it is. He goes, you'll be good, though. You'll be fine. So I always kicked it with, like, in the yard, playing sports and shit.
And how long were you at Victorville USP?
I did 7 years there.
You did 7 years. What would you say was the craziest thing you experienced there?
Me, like, I experienced myself, or that I saw. Like,
whatever you want to, whichever one.
There was this güero. He came from ADX. And then...
That already sounds crazy.
Fool. And then the fool kept, like, telling the warden, hey, I want to go back. Like, even in Chowha, like, hey, man, I want to go back. Warden, like, I was like, man, you're good here. Relax, calm down. Like, he would always beg that fool to want to go back, like
to the ADX.
I don't know if he was scared there. I guess he'd been in ADX so long that he was scared to be around people. So one day, fool, we're right there, like, you know. I didn't see how everything happened, but I saw, like, the end of it. I was coming from Yarla, and then came in, and some fool was like, he's a güero. He told one of the güeros, hey, come here, you want a line? He goes, hey, yeah. Boom. He goes, boom. And the paisa that told me the first part, he was like, no, sí, güey, ese güey se metió. He goes, y nunca salió, güey, dijo. Y el otro locochón salió otra vez, como si nada, como 30 minutes, salió. Y pues le dice a otro güero, hey, güey, hey, come here, hey, you want a línea? He goes, yeah, he came back. I saw the second one go in, and he never came out, so I was like, it was probably Indians or something, you know, like, cause I saw a lot of ODs in there. And then after, he comes outside, and he puts the chair outside by his door, for he's just like this, like, reading a book, like, muy a gusto, sin un problema en la vida, la verga, like, just, like, relax, you know, like, I'm like, what's up with this? And you know how Huda, they did the walk? So they were doing the walk, and then when they did the walk, they passed by himself. He goes, you're good? He goes, I am, not in there, or some shit like that. The cop goes like that, and the cop goes inside like that. He takes a step in, and I see that fool, like, walking back, like trying to grab his radio and shit, like, what the f***? Like, it took him a while to, like, kind of finally push the button, and he pushed the button, and CEOs came. Like, he was still, like, in shock. He was, like, able to talk, and the other CEOs, like, from next door, he ran in, he saw that shit, he goes, hey, everybody lock it down, everybody lock it down. No mames, eso los mató, güey. He put one foot under the bunk, y lo tapó, and the second foot, like, on the top of the bunk with the blanket. He cut his heads off with the little lamina to cut the verduras and shit.
You're kidding.
Eso estaba loco, güey. I was like,
but he told him, send me back.
He was telling the warden for like a month straight, hey, send me back. And I was like, for my thought, I was like, I don't belong here.
This is not for me. And that's crazy, you know, because sometimes, well, not sometimes, but I feel that wardens and, you know, people in that power need to take certain type of people into consideration. Like, hey, I don't want to be here, especially if they come from, like, the ADX. That's, like, extreme, bro. Like, that's, like, the worst you could get, right? It's, like, the worst you could get. And it's like, si no quiere estar aquí, he's going to do what he needs to do to go back.
And then everybody's like, you know, like in the streets, in the jail, siempre hay el chisme, you know, like, boom, here and there. So they're, oh no, maybe his paper is not good. Because one of the CEOs was like, hey, why that one time his paper is not good? It's like, he goes, nah, his paper is hella good. He goes, a motherfucker just used to being by himself, you know? Mm-hmm. He gets, now they, like, kind of like scared, like timid being around other people, like, you know.
Yeah, especially if he's a lifer. Like,
Yeah, he's
keep
a
me,
lifer.
keep me where I need to be. I don't want to be around people that are going to be going home. Like,
Yeah, because they don't want to hear it. Because one time you say that, and I was stressing, like, on a lockdown, they had transferred me to a transfer unit, because they were like, well, the riot had happened, whatever, and then they're putting other units around. And I got Sally with this guy, and I was like, I was stressing out, like, 10 años, viejo, you know, I was all stressed out because of my 10 years, and that fool stood up y morro, ya cállese a la verga, le dijo, ya no te quiero ir otra vez más que digas que 10 años, te voy a partir la madre. I was like, the fuck? Oh, disculpe, dijo, pero es mucho tiempo, dijo, no, I got 2 lives and 147 years, dijo. Túmbate el rollo la verga, dije, So from there on, I felt like, hey, don't tell nobody my time, you know?
Yeah.
Because to me, 10 years was a lot. You know, 10, you know, that I did. Well, I said 13. But that I did, but other people had more, you know? I didn't think about that. So I was kind of like, again, like, put on, schooled, you know?
Little by little.
You know? And then, yeah, like the whole system, like, it's like a different world in there.
For sure.
You know? So I'll get put on by these cats, by the paisas, by who I ran with, and then I'll get put on. You know, there was some senores right there, too, that I kept it cool with as well. Like, they liked me. Like, hey, come to the South. Like, I'll get drunk with them and shit in the South. Oh, that shit was... That's a different story, you know?
Well, tell us.
First time I started drinking, I was proving, I was like, what the fuck? I got tipsy, my boy. I was like, a la verga. Pero me dio un chorro, güey, con esa madre, no mames, güey. I was like, damn, fool, this shit got me sick, fool, you know? I got my stomach, like, feeling sick. And then they're like, nah, don't trip. Next thing we're gonna do something like some pure shit.
The white lining.
Yeah, I was like, what pure, like, como perico, güey, lavada, pero en alcohol. So I was like, so I tried it. I was like, fool, what's this? Fool, water? It goes in a water bottle. Like, nah, it's like alcohol, güey. Like, and I smelled it, like, what the f-? So, like, food was like vodka. Like, neta, like, sipped a little bit. I was like, shit, burn. I was like, oh, mames. You know, so I was like, wow, this shit's pretty bomb, you know? So, it was a Cinco de Mayo. We got fucked up. Drinking that shit, little shots. Bam, bam, from the little medicine thing. Boom, everybody. We got fucked up. Like, that one, I like that one because that shit didn't make my stomach upset. Because
like, it's clear, it's pure, more pure.
Yeah, because the other one is like frutas like podridas and shit, you know. So like aquí soy, you know, caché with the little white lining. Aquí soy.
Yeah, we're sticking to this.
Yeah, I was fucking like drinking every weekend, my boy. So I was like, so then I started like, I was kicking with everybody in there, you know, the güeros right there. There was like a lot of personajes, like members in there, you know. That was, my neighbor, the trip out of food, Tupac's dad.
You're kidding.
My Tulu was my neighbor. Like, he's like, hey, what's up, man? He talked all dreads right there, fucking. He's a cool cat. Eso estaba viejo y hacía polos, güey.
Because those fools are on swole.
Yes. No, ese güey, imagínate toda su vida in jail, you know?
Wow. Because I was going to say that Black Panther.
Yeah, he was like one of the main fools.
So you got to see him. Did he look like his dad?
Nah, I think that's his stepdad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he raised him, but it's not like
his actual dad.
Yeah. But yeah, I would talk to him because I would be his neighbor. And he was like, hey, what's up, man? Like,
that's cool.
Hey, Pocho, what you doing, man? I'm going to go to the yard, man. You gonna go or what? You know?
And wait, did you have any pen pals that you got from MDC or no?
Nah, it's because once I got to prison, like, my friends started inviting me, so now I got, like, visits, you know? Like, they bring me homegirls and shit, so I'm like, hey, what's up?
You're trying to get in real visits.
Yeah. I wasn't worried about writing somebody away like a week or two to get a response back. So
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, I was writing that.
Okay, so you did have visits and everything was like cool.
I had visits every weekend, like.
Because you were the man when you were out, so of course people want to.
Visiting me, you know. Sometimes I had a big group of visits that I would have to bring somebody else out
to get them
to sit down next to us, so to have everybody, you know.
Oh, so you did get with the program.
Yeah, I got. You know, and I started like me puse las pilas, and I was the man in there, you know. So I was like, and I was doing my thing in there too, you know. I done that. I got a whole lot of write-ups and shit. And then they tried to supersede me when I was in there.
So for the people that don't know what superseding means, what does it mean?
It's like you get caught for like another case on top of the case you already have. Like,
okay,
I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but like something like that. You know?
Okay, so basically they want to kind of like get another case.
Yeah.
From in prison.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did they want to? What was the case for? Like, what did they want to see? Supersede you?
Same thing again, you know, the little hustler thing in me. So now I go in there and like started seeing around, cómo está la cosa. Like I'm in my backyard. You're
comfortable.
Comfortable. Like I got access to a lot of stuff, you know. So I was like, okay, like it's easy, like I got this. Became the man in there again. Boom,
And
boom.
let me ask you, did the people that que trabajabas or whatever, anybody ever reach out from?
Yeah, they paid the lawyer, the 45 G's. They paid the lawyer.
Oh, nice.
So when the lawyer came, I didn't say that. When the lawyer came to me, he goes, hey, soy tu abogado, soy parte de fulano del Sinaloa Cartel, soy parte de fulano tal. Like, I'm working with you, lo que tú quieras, just one condition. He goes, like, si vas a cooperar, like, I can't work with you.
Yeah, obvio.
Like, no, yo quiero que me dé el menos tiempo que quiera, la verdad, but just...
Without
don't trip,
cooperating,
I got you, dijo. And that was quick. Once he did, he goes, like, I'm going to ask for 2 extensions just to, like, pasarle pancho a ellos. And after, you're going to sign unos kilos de hielo. I was like, no,
Yeah,
no me agarraron con nada. He goes,
they know
relax,
what to do, yeah.
Relax. Like, the DA, I know him. I dated a girl that went to high school with him. Like, todos se conocen, you know?
Sí,
so
sí.
like, don't worry. So I was like, fuck. I was like, motherfuckers are corrupt. Go to my God. I'm doing time for how did I never got caught?
Yeah, but let's be real. I mean, tienes que pagar somehow, eh?
Yeah. Todo se paga en la vida, you know?
Todo se paga en la vida.
One way
Y
somehow.
si no lo pagas tú, lo van a pagar tus hijos.
Yeah. Well, good thing I paid, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way.
Y that's that. So, once he did that, I got my time, I got everything. I went to Victorville, I was there.
So
I got institutionalized already, like, quick. Like, boom.
you have to adapt.
I got with the program, you know, like to the point that a lot of paisas respected me too. And then when there was conflict, they'll come ask me, like, hey, look at so-and-so's happening. Like, I'm like, fuck. Really, right now, bro? I'm about to go play softball. But I'm like, oh, no, well,
They cared for your opinion.
Yeah. And then I'll go play softball and shit, you know? And then, or like, sometimes the señores will be like, hey, Pocho, can we talk to you? Like, hey, talk to a boy, the guy that speaks to you. Like, casi no me llevo con él, but you're cool, you know? Like, all right, like, man, already, you know, broker. One time I told him, no mames, güey, me traes como pachichincle para arriba, para abajo. And he laughed at me, cállate, cabrón, todo bien, you know? Like, and then he goes, no, güey, la verga. And like, again, I kind of got into it again with other people because the way I talk to señores, like, people be like, hey, man, like,
Respect.
yeah, but the señores are like, like, ignore that for you, cool. Like, I'll walk around with them and like, hey, ¿qué onda, viejo loco? Like, fucking choking them and shit. Like,
They want to feel comfortable. They want to feel like normal.
yeah, like, some of them thought I was like their son. I was like 19, 20.
Yeah.
You know?
That's dope.
Like, you know, like, so I would keep it cool with a lot of people, you know, even the morenos and güeros, you know. Like, I was going to school right there. I was doing all types of shit. Like,
Oh, because you said you got your GD there.
yeah, I got my GD there. Like, I got I took some CDL classes, learning about trucks. I took some like music classes. I was playing fucking guitar, recording. I was learning all types of shit. I had time.
Yeah? Well, that's good. At
Yeah.
least you were, doing
Yeah.
these things.
I go to church. Like, my week was like Monday to Thursday because Friday I already know, like, I'm gonna get visits. Saturday I'm gonna get visits, and so it was like, so this whole week, you know. And I was always at the yard. I would never miss a yard, never miss a ride.
You're out there all day.
Hell yeah, I was the morning one, the one in the afternoon, and then the one at night. I was always out at 3. Boom.
En la calle.
In la calle de abajo, you know. Like,
So, back to your getting super seed.
oh, so I was doing my thing there again, you know, inside. And then I would always get raided in my cell or like other cells. And when I would get raided in my cells, the lieutenants and shit, my name would get brought up to like the captain already. Hey, we got so-and-so again in his cell. We got him with like drugs or whatever. But the paisas like love me that they would always take the rap, you know?
Really?
So I started, hey, don't trip. I'll pay them. Like, hey, it's 2 G's in your books, like, you know, like. So now I started seeing like I always get like a paisa with me, like that hasn't been coming. I have to always take care of them, you know, or a homie because we set up with the homies of the paisas, you know, and I always take care of them, you know. And then I was getting so much, and like a lot of people, I don't know if they're fucking people telling it or something, but I think it came out this San Bernardino newspaper or something that and I didn't even know how to control prison, no, but le echan de más. It was inmate trying to supersede federal courts. They were to take me to court for that was controlling three federal prisons from my cell.
Sick.
I was like,
You're like, I don't even know what's going on. You're all, I don't even know if I'm a paisa or a homie.
Yeah, I was like, what the you know? So I did a lot of shoot time.
Okay, so
I was always in investigation. Fuck. They would catch me in investigation and shoot time. My bunkie se echaba la culpa, you know, and boom. And then wherever he would go, like, I'll start writing to them. So that's why they said I had connections with them.
Which kind of makes sense.
But I started writing to them, and I'll be like, "Who's there?" Sometimes I had co-defendants there, or had anybody from Sinaloa, and I'll send money their way. Hey, take care of that guy. That fool's cool, you know. Like, so people are like, "Oh, this fool, like
somebody.
Cool. He has a palabra, like you.
Yeah,
he makes it happen.
Which
like,
which is cool.
Yeah, if I say like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you $100 for your books," like you're gonna get the $100. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
My sisters were like, my like, "Hey,
they were on there.
Yeah,
they're on it.
Go to Walmart, go to this, you know." Back in the day, I know my cousin just told me it was like Green Dot, like in State, but now right here it was like
some other shit.
Western Union and shit, Cash App, whatever. So that's why they try to supersede me. I did.
It didn't work out.
Nah.
Well, thank God.
They didn't catch me because everybody was like, and all the shots I got, there was always somebody that took the blame. So how can they do it, you know?
Yeah.
But I was scared. I was like, fuck, hasta me calmé. Shit.
Well, yeah.
So like for like a whole month straight. Like,
You're dumb.
I was telling the word, "Hey, well, how you doing, sir? Good morning." Like, I just came from church again, you know, like. So I could show them that. Hey.
You're kind of changing. So you said you were there for 7 years.
Yeah.
Where did you go after that?
After that, and I got caught up in some shit. There was a riot.
Oh yeah, tell us. Was this your first riot ever?
Oh yeah, that shit was scary. And I'm gonna tell to you, there's gonna be people that say like, "I'm a tough guy," whatever. My boy, the pin jail breaks everybody down.
One form or another.
Yeah, like maybe not break you down, like you got fold, but it'll humble you. You know. So everybody was scared. It was over a $5 debt. No mames. You know, after when everybody found out what it was for, they were like mad. You know, some negro tried to like go at it. He rushed the homie, you know, for some fucking shit, and the Pisces were there by the computer, and we're like, no, we're one.
Yeah.
Boom! Everybody followed suit. Bam, bam, bam. Shit was like for like 15 minutes. People who that was coming out, they didn't want to go in because everybody's like. I thought it was in a fucking sierra. Like, people were sacando machetes.
You're kidding.
My boy.
You go on the floor. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, what the? I was waiting for like granada or something, you know. Nah, I was doing my thing because we're young and we like. You know,
you have to.
I have to, you know. Like I was like, this is where I live, you know. So I was doing my thing too. I was like, I even remember for un pinche negro. I was like, I'm running away. I hit a couple guys. Some people hit me. Bam!
Oh my God!
Got up again, and I was like, I even saw this from pinche negrote. When I ran, and I looked at myself. I was like, hasta voy a madrear. So I turned around and I got the little guy next to me. And hasta puto sí me va a madrear. So I was like, you know, and I keep it 100. You know, like
yeah.
Like when I got the other fool, like bam, 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 and this fool, you will always play handball against this fool. So I was like, fuck, me pesó, güey, but it was like,
you have to do what you gotta do.
It's me or you know. Fuck,
most definitely.
Que lloren en tu casa o en la mía.
Yeah. No, pues sí.
Then I think it was on for a while. You know, people fucking getting stabbed, fool. Like a lot of people got airlifted out of there. That
really?
Was like, I think it was 2016 or 17. And then she came out in the newspaper too. Victimville was like Victimville, you know, they used to call that shit. Everybody, I was active, you know, warrior school. After that, we got locked down for like 6 months, and they transferred us. I went to the Smooth.
What is Smooth?
What is it, like a Pennsylvania? Like the Smooth is like a 24-hour lockdown. Like,
but it's here
in the United States.
Okay, but where was it?
I think it's Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
The Smooth program was like a 24-hour lockdown. Yeah, cuando llegué ahí, the politics that was heavy. Like
really.
Había un chingo de señores, Nazi lowriders, everybody like.
Just craziness.
Top, you know?
Yeah.
And I got right there because I was like one of the main paisas they had or whatever.
Según.
So
we're going to say según.
Yeah.
Según, guys.
I did a
Para que no se vea, you know?
Según. And then it's a 12-month program. But if you start all over. So there's foods right there for like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, my goodness.
So right there, and I was like, I was portándome bien, you know? I see some shit right there too, but right there, you only get an hour a day, so I was like, I'm not gonna get in trouble, you know.
Yeah, you get out of that hour a day, and so it's like cause chaos.
Yeah, I did that year. I went back to Oklahoma.
Wait, so how was that whole year for you though? Like, obviously, there's a lot of like.
Oh, right there was politics. It's heavy.
Okay, well, we don't want to talk about politics.
Yeah, right there.
Politics, but like.
It was in the shoe.
Okay, so basically, there's no going out just 1 hour. What would you say was the craziest thing you experienced there?
Nothing.
Okay, cool. We don't want to know what happened there.
Yeah, no, I didn't see nothing there. Like,
we didn't see anything there.
reading my books and shit, magazines.
You just worked out, just did kind of calm.
Right there, I got into the working out heavy. Like,
okay, pues no te queda de otra, güey.
yeah, right there, while I was like, boom, 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 boom. I finally finished the program. They gave me like a certificate.
And you did the whole 12 months?
Yeah. Oh, you graduated. Oh, they do like a little graduation. Oh, then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna a la verga.
Get me out of here.
To Oklahoma. By then, my points had dropped.
Oh, because you were good for a year. That's why.
So my points had dropped. So I was like, then they sent me to Victor, but the FCI.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I'm going back. I was like, back to the hood.
Going back home, yeah.
Going back home to Victor, you know, but I know everybody right there. And then right there again, all the bikes are cool with me, all the homies cool, especially I come from next door and then they know who was there, you know? Mm-hmm. So everybody was cool with me right there. I did almost a year there when I was already finishing my bid. Then I was like, oh, you qualified because of drug kids, you qualified for the drug program, you know? So I was like, hey, you gonna do it? I was like, shoot, takes away like
6, 7, 8 months or something like that.
Yeah, algo así. So I was like, fuck it, shoot it, a la verga, vámonos. So I was like, all right, the closest one to you, you're gonna do it, and me mandaron pa Oregon.
Oh, wow.
I think I traveled more in the system than in the calle, you know? Like, they got me fucking flights everywhere, my boy, you know? I was going.
Hey, tell me, before we get to Oregon, tell me about your first Con Air trip.
Oh, that shit's scary, güey. Somebody tiene tape. La ala tiene tape. And then when it started, I was like shaking the shit. I was right there. I was praying. I thought she was gonna crash, you know. And then in my head, I was like, and then I saw that all the marshals were old. So I was like, yeah, this is gonna crash. Like, these fools are old. They don't care about dying. Like, why in my head, I was like, why don't they have like young ass marshals? You know. Mm-hmm. I was like having this conspiracy in my head for going on, you know. And I'm like, pfft. And I got on. No, but before even I left there, fool, on the bus from Victorville, miré, it was like un Acura. Se me hizo como un Lamborghini because I hadn't seen cars in a while. You know, the penitentiary is like the wall.
Uh-huh.
You don't see shit at all. So I hadn't seen like the outside for like years, like almost a decade, you know? Mm-hmm. So cuando salí, and I saw like an Acura, no sé qué verga tipo de Acura era, but it was like, oh, la verga, that shit was badass. It was like fucking pro white. I was like, damn, that shit's bad. It looked like a Lambo to me. Then. Cosa de otro mundo, you know? I was like, damn, that shit's badass, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I was telling them, there was a homie from Florence right there next to me. I was like, hey, wait, watch out. He goes, oh, está perro, güey. I was like, that shit's badass. So I was like, he goes, yeah. We're just spotting everything out. Got to Con Air. It's right there, like down the street. And once we were getting in the plane and shit, they give you a little sack lunch, you know, like the apple, peanut butter sandwich, everything. Once we got to there, no, they only 15 minutes, I started getting sick. I started throwing up. The homie was like, hey, wait, no mames. Like,
hey, I think that happens to everybody. That happened to me too.
Because you're like, you haven't been in a car, you haven't been on certain shit for so long that your body's like not used to it.
And then you don't know what's going to happen. Se te sube como que se te sube el azúcar.
Yeah, I started like, me puse pálido. Se sube el azúcar. I was like, what the f***? Hey, I don't feel good. CEO, like, do the marshals, and they're like, nah, you're good, man. Just eat your sack lunch.
Yeah,
I was throwing up. Like, the homie was like, I'll tell hey, if my bad for up shit, probably snarl or something. I was like, nah, don't trip. We'll just do it over there, you know? The whole fucking trip. The almost by that was like quick though. In the plane over there, like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
Quick.
You saw the girls getting into the plane too?
What was it? I was fucking throwing on it. Well, it was because there was a camp right there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, the girls ni en cuenta.
Yeah, no, ni en cuenta. Se me había dejado los Playboy at that time, you know? I was sick. I was like, once we get there, everything's green.
And Oregon.
Nice. Yeah, Oregon. Okay. Everything's green. Trees, pine trees everywhere. It was badass. I got it during the summer. It was cool, fool. Just, once we got there, I already knew the routine. They check us in. Hey, paisa, que really. Go to the dorm. It was badass, you know?
Because you already, nomás te queda un año.
Yeah.
Or menos.
It was like an año. Yeah, because I was in a unit for 4 months, and then I got transferred to the drug program. Yeah. So it was like a year and like 12 months, 13 months. Y ya cuando fuimos ahí, actually right there was badass. You know? I would like to play sports. Softball. So I grew up, I like baseball, so over there softball. And I met a couple cats over there, the paisas, the homies, but I don't know, the paisas and the homies over there, they're kind of weird, you know? All due respect, you know, they got their own thing, but I don't know, because I'm from LA, over there, they're like, no sé, you know?
Como extra?
No, they're like delicado. The paisa delicado. Even the homies were like, oh yeah. I'm from 18. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know a lot of people that are from. Oh, I don't know them. Like I was like,
well, duh, it's freaking huge. How you don't know everybody?
Yeah, so I tell them, they're like, but I guess because they're not. I grew up in that Cali LA vibe. That out there they were like white boys. Some of the paisas were more pocho than me. They don't even talk. I was like, no mames, estos paisas no hablan español. You know?
You're kidding.
And some homies even like, oh yeah, no, they had this shit like brown pride raza. They didn't even know like
Spanish.
Yeah, so I'm like, it was just something different, you know?
Yeah, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get the time off.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this program. I'm gonna out like again like. Se me metí en pedo because people always like would ask for my opinion. Hey, this is happening. I'm like, wait.
I don't want to know.
Viejo, no quiero saber nada, la verga. Like, I'm just here to do my time. I'm trying to go home. You know, I'm almost out. But,
especially when you're in the drug program.
Yeah.
When you go to the drug program, you know, like you're there to, okay, if you're here, you're going to get some time off and let's go.
Yeah.
You want to do what you got to do. Like, if you want to live a different style, take your ass back.
Yeah. Like,
don't try to tell me what to do. You know?
Especially me. I came from a penitentiary. I went to some coming down like now I want to like relax.
Yeah, and you went to that one program.
That's smooth. So now I was like, so I do that, got that shit out of the way, you know, the program, little classes they do is madre media here. Then COVID hit. No mames, I saw like 3 months dying there, you know.
You're kidding.
COVID hit, boom. And everybody, we're in lockdown, the whole COVID, we're in lockdown.
Did you get the time off?
Yeah, I got the time off. Like we'll do the package inside the cell and shit.
Oh, shit.
That's good, because then sometimes they make you do some little plays, that little mamá, pareces joto, you know, like, I want to do that shit, I hate that shit, you know? But once the COVID hit and we got locked down, I was like, shoot it.
Yeah.
Aquí estoy, you know, we're just doing packets.
Yeah.
Boom, the packet.
So you did your program, and then when did you find out that you were going to go home?
Once I complete the program, and I had to complete my time, the 10 years, well, I did 9 years, 10 months. And they're like, hey, in a month and a half, you're leaving already. Like, I wasn't still in the unit, but I was in the cells upstairs that don't do the program anymore, you know?
Yeah, you're just waiting to get so you could leave.
Yeah. So, like, a month and a half, you're leaving. So when they told me, I was like, I didn't believe it. I was like, I felt weird. Like, what do you mean I'm leaving? Like, back to California, the pain? Or no, you're going home.
Wow.
I was like, really? The whole month? You're, like, planning, you know, your package. Like, hey, send me these type of shoes. Like, I was getting magazines from the street from my sister.
You're getting the East Bay ones?
Yeah. Hey, the Air Max, all these Air Max are badass. Y ponme estos y un pantalón Levi's y esta madre, una camisa, una gorra, whatever, you know. So that whole month, planning my package, my clothes. I was like, what about your size? No, mama, I didn't even know what size I was. Like my clothes and shit. I was like skinny. I was like built,
in shape.
You know? Yeah, I was in shape. So I just put whatever, you know, like.
They fit?
Yeah, they fit good. Ya cuando estoy ahí, they have like a little shuttle, the campers. They take you to the airport. And like I already got released, you know, so I'm getting like walking out. Like, oh, mama. Every time I go into that little process, I'm scared. Like, wow, what about I bring something else up? What about like, I always get scared. Like, okay, these fools so much. Like I'm like, I got you. Nah, come back in. Like, So I always get scared at that little process. I'm like, wow, you know, ando bien. A la verga, I'm saying my name, saying this, like. So once I leave, and I put on real clothes on. The one that my sister sent me, I was like, this shit feels weird, you know, like.
It's really happening.
Yeah, I had like fitted clothes on now. I was like, what the like, you know, like, and I was dressed good, you know, like new shoes. The cop was like, damn, these Air Maxes just came out and shit. How you do that? I was like, I just try to fit in, bro, you know. Ya acá salimos in the shuttle, and the shuttle, that fool took me to the airport in Oregon, Portland. So we went over there. And then the fool just like, hey, bro, you mind if I smoke? I was like, nah, go ahead. Fool smoked like 7 cigarettes on the way there. I guess from the camp, like, you know how they have a little, they can't smoke in there. So when they have this, they smoke them on their drivers, you know? Like, already on the fourth one, I was about to tell me, hey, my boy, la neta, me duele la cabeza, güey.
He's like, stop smoking already.
But I didn't give a I was going home.
You're free, man. You're free.
So I went to the airport. And they're like, oh, they gave me a plane ticket, you know, and I had to be like, I have money already because the money in your books they give it to you. So I had to be like 2.5 hours in the airport because of my ticket. So I was like, fuck this shit, like, and then I only get like an hour to get to the halfway house, and my halfway house was right there in South Central, you know, right there in Central. I was like, fine, I want to kick it with my family and shit, whatever. So I come my sister, you know what, I'm going to get home earlier. How? Like, don't trip, I'm going to get home earlier. So what I did, I bought another plane ticket, you know? So earlier one to LA. So now those 2.5 hours I was going to be right there in the airport, Lindo Verga, now I get those 2.5 hours in LA. So I bought a plane. Yo, I'm like scared still. Like, what about when I land? They're like, hey, you didn't go on the plane. We send you like, I was scared in that plane. I was like, I was with my head
but
down.
You didn't care.
Yeah, but I just want to be home, like with my family. Once I got to LA, it was scary. Like, there was a lot of people. I was like, what the fuck? Like, man, up paniqueando. Like, too much people. Like, I was like claustrophobic. Like too many people going by, like, hey, man, like, excuse me, like, you know, like, you come out with that respect level like this, and other people like, oh,
people don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, like, I don't know what to do. Turn this way, you know. Then when I see my sister, she hugs me, like, I hug her, like, hey.
¿Ya había crecido?
Yeah, había crecido. Then they take me, oh, we're gonna go right there with the family. Te son de comer, no, la carne asada, ceviche and shit. I just remember I told her, like, hey, like, I called my brother, hey, fool, bring a barber to the pad. Like, I want to cut my hair. It was long, you know? I cut my hair, it'll fade me up or something. They one barber, they're cutting my hair right there, and I'm right there in ceviche. Everybody's, like, taking pictures with me and shit. Like, no mames, like, parezco artista, fotos acá, fotos allá, you know? And then all my family was there, like, aunts, friends and shit. Like, I hadn't been out for a while. My dad was there, like, a long time, like, a decade. That's a decade now.
Yeah, 10 years is a decade.
A decade, you know? Like, literally a third of my life in jail, because my 20s right there.
It's on the table.
My 20s, a third of my life in jail.
Your whole 20s.
All my 20s in jail. And I come out, I go to a halfway house. The halfway was school was something different. Like, you're still in the bunk right there. Like, you know, I was working out. Like, it was just like, the counselors are like, it's like it'd be power tripping. Like, oh, I control your life right now. Like, if I say you go, like, I'm like,
but you have to listen.
Yeah,
because you don't want to go back.
Bro, relax. You know, it's like their ego. Like, their ego talking, so I'll be like, bro, relax, whatever, you know? Mm-hmm. But then I'll be like in my head, like, aguántate, güey, you know? Amárrate, güey, aguántate porque ya me lo vas a salir, you know?
Yes.
So they're like, oh, the only way you can start going out, like, because I didn't get no passes, you get a job. So what the fuck am I going to work in right now, you know? And then I was right there with my homie. There was my homie right there who picked me up, a homie from Rancho Miller right there, you know? Go kick it with them, you know, with all the artists and shit, like, we just got out right here eating in badass restaurants and shit with artists and shit, you know? Mm-hmm. So I was like, after that, I called my cousin, like, hey, fool, I need to get a job. You have to work in a gas company. He goes, oh, I'm going to get you a job, fool, but you're going to work? I was like, yeah.
So you have to work.
So I would have my sister park my car outside, and I have the key, you know? So I would always park it. De hecho, siempre, every time I would come out, I had like 2-3 tickets because it'll stay there till I get my other pass, you know? Mm-hmm. So once I started working, I'll leave every day. So I wake up at 3 in to go work in the gas company, to drive from South Central all the way to like the valley.
But you're out.
But I'm already out. And sometimes when we're like, okay, today's an early day, I wouldn't report it to the Howard. I was like, hey, today we're going to get out at 12. But usually today I might get out at 4.
Oh, yeah. So you have those free hours to run around.
I go back to LA. I go eat with some bras, go with the homies. I gozar, you know, go buy clothes. Like, siempre me gastaba un chingo de dinero en ropa. Always, I got out buying clothes, you know.
Well, because you missed it.
Hell yeah, I was always in my khakis, you know, like. To the end, I was even tailoring my khakis, making them fitted, you know, because they're too big and shit. Making them fitted and shit, like.
Yeah, you had to do it for your size.
Yeah. You
did your whole time at the halfway house?
Yeah, because it was still COVID.
Oh, okay.
So I did like 3-4 months, and then they house released me. Or
the home confinement?
The home confinement. My sister, she was the only one that had like a place. She like eligible, how they asked for. Mm-hmm. So I went with her. But once I got out, I was like, then I had that little beeper shit, you know. I was like, still can't do nothing. I'll be at work. And then now when I get out with the little early pass, I was like, I can't go kick it no more because I got this shit, you know.
Because you had it on home confinement.
Yeah, y la gente, no mames, se pasa, like, you're walking in that shit, te ven como que, no, they grab their little kids, like, out their way, like, señora, no mames, no se pase de verga, you know, like, what the fuck I'm gonna do, like, le voy a robar al niño, like.
Sí, no, but esos días, la vida is fucking kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, you know, like, because I guess I grew up, like, in the neighborhood I grew up in was, like, normal, you know, it's like, that's how you see it, you know? Mm-hmm. Cuando salí, my mom saw me, and like, oh, mijo, ¿cómo estás? She would hug me, and I was like changing right there. And she goes, no mames, pareces pizarrón. I was tatted all the way, you know. No, my celly and the pin was right there. You do a lot of lockdowns. He used to tattoo. I got my leg, I got my chest, I got my whole back.
Everything.
Everything in there.
So your mom was like, ¿y tú qué?
¿Tú qué pareces pizarrón? El culo te ves rayado. And I was like,
Hey, your mom, me rayé el culo también.
me puse su name, mama.
With a little heart.
With a little heart, but I was like, now it was like something cool. Like now I see it out here. Like I'm like, oh shit, no. Oh yeah, I got this piece. I'm gonna go do it. Like, oh man, how much does this shit cost?
A lot.
Like $1,800 for that food. No, mama, the food. The most expensive that I bought was like 9 sopas. I ain't never getting something out in the street, no.
Yeah.
$5,000 por la no.
No, honestly, people pay so much. Like, I feel como que now it's not even cool to have tattoos.
Yeah.
Because now everybody has tattoos.
Yeah. And that was like cheap, you know? Most of my shit was free, you know?
Yeah. Unas cuantas sopas. So you went on home confinement. How long have you been out?
3 years.
Oh, 3 years. That's a little bit of time.
Yeah.
What is something that you do still that you like you're still kind of like not institutionalized, but like something that you do that you started doing in prison that you do on your daily routine?
I wake up early still. Well, I got a trucking company, so I wake up early because of that. But sometimes I wake up, or sometimes I catch myself like I'm eating, and I'll be like, well, before I eat, I'll be like, con permiso.
Hey, but that's actually really good to do still, though.
It's managed,
like,
you know, or like say I'm gonna fucking sneeze or something, I'll jam, you know. Or one time my girl was funny. The first time she ever come, like when I started living with my girl, she was still pregnant. Like, yeah, she was pregnant. And one time she called me and I was using the restroom and I was sitting down, food, but I was like, oh, that's what I do.
Sitting down, which is good to sit down.
Yeah, but now it's like, because girls live in the house with me, you know? So it's like more like clean, you know?
Yeah,
So it's like, and I would always do it inside, so people were like, what the fuck, please get it? We're like, nah, nigga, it's like more sanitary. You're not fucking splashing all over. So like, I got, like, well, my neighbor don't use the restroom, but like my girl and stuff, like, I'm gonna say it right there for you. Unos cochalote, uno pee and doesn't even, like,
no, it's
clean,
true.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I do that. Like, I help my girl around the house cleaning. I'm super neat, like fucking scrubbing shit. Hasta con el cepillo, I'll be like, con cepillo de dientes, I'll be catching myself with this.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Shit, you know? For nigga Superman, you know?
And there you're on. Now I use a t-shirt, like when I learned that,
man,
like the man, your first Ellie.
Quick, you know? When I got out, like I was like fit, fucking six-pack, build, whatever, you know? I was still working out. But then after las fiestas, veladas, eating and shit, partying, fucking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like not sleeping well. Like I got fucking fat, you know. I gained weight compared to how I was. Like people, I look, show them a picture how I look, they trip. Like you'll trip out. Like how I look before when I got out and how I look now. Like what the f-? Two different people. Parece que I ate my old self, you know. Tenía hambre.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
so what are you doing? Where are you at now? Like where you're at now, and where do you want to be? What do you want to do?
Well, I want to be like the best role model I have for my kids, you know, and I'd be the best man for my wife.
How many kids do you
myself,
have, if you don't mind me asking?
I have a newborn little girl.
Oh, okay.
She's 3 months. And then
a rough stage. You're not even sleeping at all, wait.
Yeah, so it's not right now. Like my manecillas from the parties turn into manecillas like making bottles and shit.
You know, it's true. It's true.
And then it's like but it's like sometimes my mind still goes in the criminal mentality. Like right now, like right now, I just caught another case. Probably gonna go back. I got caught with a burner and shit. You know.
Probably won't. People don't really be doing time for burners this much.
Yeah, but they hit me with the convicted. I was still on probation.
Oh, maybe you will.
Yeah, I'm federal probation, so it's like, and I went to my court, and the fucking day is like, oh, this cartel guy like keeps bringing all that shit up. So it's like,
they don't ever.
Unfortunately, like, bro, like you're basing me off of black and white. You're basing me off of the person I was and I did time for. You know, Like yes, it's bad. Like I caught with a burner, but nowadays, like, you have to have it to live in LA. Like I'm not gonna go to say Hollywood or something. Eat with my wife, my kids. And
this Boston murderer.
And like and then you have these fucking morenos and shit doing this. Oh, they want to steal you right there. Like I ain't gonna get custody from my family. Like you're not gonna come and do that shit to me, you know. Like I was raised in the hood. Like Like, I'm going to defend what's mine. Like, you know, like, especially, like, say, uno usa sus good cars para dominguear. Say I pull up in my G-Wagon and I'm with my wife to go in and some food's going to... Nah, you definitely not going to...
Yeah.
Got the wrong motherfucker.
But we're definitely not carrying guns anymore, guys.
Yeah, definitely not.
We're not
doing...
Yeah.
I learned, you know, like...
Yeah. You have to understand that, hey, in order to stay out and be okay.
It teaches you. Yeah, you learn from your mistakes. Like, yeah, I'm not the person I was before, but it's like something like I'm not out there gangbanging. I'm out there. I had it just for like
for your safety. Yeah.
Yeah, and then poco poquito como que I'm gonna just bring it in the car just because we're gonna go here. And that day, I had it in the car and I put it with my wife. You know, like so everywhere I did. So like, fuck it. But I've changed. Like the person I was before, like I try not to hang around my circle I did before. I don't even go to Mexico that much, you know. And my parents stay over there, you know, so I don't even. I'm marking me.
Yeah, well, you gotta at least wait till you're off paper. Yeah. But when you're on federal probation, you could travel if you ask permission. But you, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think you could go.
They didn't travel because where you traveling to? Sinaloa, and then it's like nah.
You just gotta wait till you're off paper.
Yeah,
you know?
Like I traveled twice because eventually like a family relative was like passing away, and I went over there, and it was like I had them do this little Zoom thing and sign some shit, and then
te hicieron de pedo.
When I crossed, I had to like check in with the border thing, and when I crossed back again, like bien pedote, you know?
Yeah.
And then so I was like, I'll just wait, you know. This is my last year on probation, but we'll see how it goes there. And it's just like
maybe you just do your time and then it's just like
kill paper, you know. But I just want to do like something quick and come out to my baby. Like sometimes it's cool. Like a lot of people be like, oh, I want to be a tough guy. I want to be this. I want to be that. But like to tell everybody out there, eso de estar de ser alucin, like that's I got.
It's played out.
Yeah, it's played out. Like,
especially when you did it at such a young age.
Yeah, I did it at a young age, and look what it brought me. Like I lost a decade, a third of my life. You know, like when I could have, you know, maybe I could have had more kids. Maybe I could have had a bigger company, or maybe I could have had more things in life. You know, but I lost out on that. Why? Because quería andar ahí de alucin a la vera que fulano que, you know.
We get it for sure.
And now it's like. Now I'm going through this little case again. It's like, fuck, su puta madre. I was like, fuck. Now that I'm doing good, though, this happened. But
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Because we're letting loose. And God's like,
exactly.
ay, vente para acá, hijo de tu chingada madre. Like,
poquito and like,
exactly.
So I'm like, yo dejo todas las manos de Dios. Like, you know, fuck it. Like, even the judge told me, hey, this is what it is. Like, I take responsibility for what I did. It's just like, I just want to let it be known I'm not the person I was. Like, that you have on paper, you know? Like, talk to me about me now. Like I never tested dirty. I never got in trouble since I've been on probation. I've always maintained a job, my house. Like I have a company. Like look at me. Like this is the me I am.
But you know, also for them, they think like, okay, he just barely got out of jail and he already has this going on, this going on. Like no son babosos tampoco, because they know for some people it's so hard to get out and accomplish and gain like businesses and do this so they kind of se ponen like they kind of like are harder on people like you because you come from that kind of
come from there
because of what you know like the monies and all of that, you get what I mean? It's like, so they have more eyes on you than they would have like on a person that's just in there because he's a gang member. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. That's why I was like, fuck, that shit sucks, you know, like I'm not that person. Like I'm like it's a regular person, you know, like people could be like, oh yeah, like they always you go to court now, they're the first thing they bring up, oh, cartel member, like.
Yeah, first of all, I've never even been a member.
Yeah, I've never even been a member. I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing favors for. I always said yes, you know. And it's like I didn't, and the people I didn't know, like my friend, like he was my best friend. His dad was so and so, like I never saw them as I saw them like a regular people to me. Like this was my best friend. I grew up with them. Like I know him all my life, and his dad was always cool with us. Like I never saw him like.
Como ese señor,
kill somebody in front of me, like, oh, do this, do that. No, just regular people, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
It's just like, they base you off on, like, paperwork, you know?
Yeah.
Black and white, it's not like that.
But point also, you guys, that we want to gain so much that we don't even care to, like, ask or, like, you know, hey, what does this happen? We just want to be accepted part, you know? So, guys, if you're not willing to do the time, you are definitely willing to do the time and you set accountabilities. If you're not willing to, don't even bother. Because the lifestyle is not for everybody. Yeah. You know, it's not for anybody. And
because I'll tell you this, it does bring big consequences. Like people think like, lo que se te hace fácil, it has like.
Oh, that's like the
lose a lot.
most consequences. So before we go, is there anything else that you want to share that you haven't shared before we go?
Not really. I think I talked about a little bit about everything.
Good. Well, thank you, Pocho, for sharing. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise. Thank you guys again.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.